or mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca.
Sports 1440, Stingray radio station. CKJR broadcasts from West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin.
Download the free Stingray music app and listen wherever you go.
Oiler insider and Jersey aficionado.
Muncy cracks one in the air, left center field. Hit on the run. He'll turn and watch this ball go. Muncy finds the seats yet again. 20th of the year, 229th as a Dodger. Moving past Ron Shea, and the Dodgers move past the Phils.
60% talent, 40% Swedish hair cream.
This ball drilled deep to left field. You can forget about that one. Back-to-back jacks. Isaac Paredes behind Yordan Alvarez, and the Astros in front by the 2.
It's all gas, no brakes.
Fly ball in deep to left, and this one will go. A home run for Kirk, his third of the season. It's 4-2.
Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we're here to stay.
The Tom Gazzola Show on Edmonton's sports leader, Sports 1440.
Fire it up. Pre-Friday on a hot, sunny day in the Big E. Good morning. It is the Tom Gazzola Show, brought to you by Bet365 Canada. Just hit the biggest home run of the summer. Bet365 is available in Alberta and here to stay. Download the app. Must be 18 plus to play. Please play responsibly. Loaded show today. Looking forward to it as we head into a wonderful weekend, or what I hope will be a wonderful weekend. Tom Gazzola, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick with you. A host of characters on today's show, including my good friend and co-host on Hello Hockey, Sean Bell, who will make his co-hosting debut. As we said goodbye to Laddie Schmid last week, he is on his way to the CZEC to help coach and guide his son along his path to national and potentially international fame in the hockey world. Alas, here we are together once again. Join the conversation. Text us 1-833-401-1440. We want to hear from you. You heard it in the clips there leading up to the beginning of the show. Blue Jays still suck. Riverhawks got touched up. I went to the game last night. Tough go. Local kid out of high school gets the start. And Kamloops was all over him. All over him. That's okay. We'll discuss the Riverhawks today. Of course, some hockey talk, some smattering of things to get to. Patrick Kane, once again, a Blackhawk. I guess it makes sense. 2-year deal there. $8 million AAV. What the heck? I thought that was $8 million total for the contract, but Brando's like, nope. $8 million AAV. How about that, Brandon?
It is a surprisingly large number.
It is surprisingly.
I guess the Blackhawks can afford it. They want to treat their franchise icon well after his original departure was a little on the unceremonious side. And he returns to the place he won 3 Stanley Cups, our Ross Trophy, Hart Trophy. It's a pretty good fit. Offensively, looks like it could plug some holes while Bedard is out, and then potentially be a good little mentorship between Kane, Bedard, Nazar, some of these other players of a similar ilk, smaller, skill-based guys that are trying to make name for themselves here inside this Blackhawks organization. So I like the move, but yeah, the price tag came in a little higher than I had originally expected. But I guess when you think about it, not that surprising.
Almost a point a game guy last year.
Yeah. Like, still got a lot of game left. I think that much has been evident.
Yeah. Here, kid, this is what you don't do off the ice. Behave yourself a little bit, and you'll be just fine. So we'll discuss that, of course. We've got Jamie Nye joining us from the Green Zone early in the show to tee up tonight's matchup. Elks at Riders, and heavy hearts tonight at Mosaic Stadium. And, details of the collision are starting to come up, and it's not great. Sad, just really sad. And they're going to also celebrate the life of the young man who passed away, as well as Jaden Dahlke in that collision. So that's It's going to be a tough one. I'm curious to see what the vibe will be like at Mosaic and how much the Riders utilize that, Brandon. Because if you're the Elks, like, what can you do? You're in there to win a game, but then there's the heavy heart element. You know there's going to be a tribute before the game. Do the Riders use that as motivation? I would think so, obviously. Regardless of the details, they lost one of their brethren. So we shall see. How do you think that factors in tonight?
Yeah, it's always tough, I think. And when you talk about the team that's a little bit more directly affected, obviously his teammates being the Riders, it can kind of go one of two ways, where, as you said, they use it as a little internal motivation. They're playing for him out there, or it's just, weighing a little too heavy. Like, this has happened only a handful of days ago during a bye week, where week previous, they're out there suiting up alongside him at practice and, bleeding together, all the things we talk about when it comes to teammates and that fraternity inside the locker room. So if that weighs a little too heavy, well, maybe you've got an opportunity for the Elks to kind of seize that against the team that they're duking it out for atop the West Division. Because when you talk about the human element and all that, it absolutely matters. But this is a game both teams really want to win in terms of how it's going to stack up, because they're going right back at it again next week here at Commonwealth. If I had to guess, I think I'd be in line with you, Tom. I think it probably serves a little bit more internal motivation. You're playing for him out there, and try and use that to fuel you, dig a little bit deeper when the going gets tough. We will see tonight for Mosaic, a 7:00 kickoff.
Looking forward to watching that one. Jamie and I will stop by from the Green Zone to tee that one up, give us the scoop on the game. Of course, Spec at 8:00 on the mark. Jake Lanferman, head coach of the Edmonton Riverhawks. So as they go into the final stretch here, they have a few games left at home. I think it's Kelowna coming to town. And then they hit the road for like 9 in a row to wind up the season. And then we'll see what happens in the postseason for them. And yeah, they're starting some younger guys, some kids out of high school, like last night. That's part of the Team Canada program. Sam Davis got the start and didn't last very long. Got to our seats, went to the game with Cam Moon and Andrew Peard from the Oilers, and got to our seats, and it was already like 2-zip. Great crowd last night. Beautiful night. I know you had your own baseball, Brando. How did that go?
Yeah, not well. No, the Tropics go slow pitch, lose again. I had a pretty good day at the plate. Couple hits, couple runs scored, one fielder's choice. Yeah, and I did play the
old FC.
I did play the field for an inning.
How'd the knee hold up?
It was fine mostly. I did have the bigger issue is that I have not played the field in 2.5 months, and even then it was like a game after not playing, all winter, and a little rust to knock off. And I didn't make any egregious errors, but there were a couple that you're like, if only I was less banged up and maybe a little bit more in tune, could have made a better play in this spot. So it is what it is. It's rec league slow pitch. Didn't lose any sleep over it last night. Couple cold drinks. Delicious. With the guys. Beautiful night here in the city. And we stayed out until the bugs got so bad that it was no longer bearable. So we retreated to our vehicles and made our way home.
They are aggressive to quite aggressive, I would say.
Yeah.
Yes. Chris Sheets will join us. He's doing the Kick for Dreams down at K-Days, which you were also a part of yesterday.
Yeah, I swung by. Chris is he was a co-host with us on the morning show for a stretch going back last year, 2 years ago. Geez, time kind of all blends together.
That.
So Sheetsy, I got to know him a little bit, and he reached out about going down to kind of take a shift, if you will. They're doing this, trying to set a record, the world's longest futsal game, which it's like an indoor soccer essentially, kind of riding the high from the World Cup. And they've got like some youth teams coming out and taking turns, and then just randoms. Like if you're going through, you can sign the waiver and get in there and play for however long you want it. It's pretty cool. So I dropped by. I told him I don't know how much good I'd be because I've never really played soccer, for one thing, plus the leg. So I sat on the bench for a long stretch, just being there to emotional support, emergency reserve. I did actually have to get in the game. Made a couple good little passes, little touches. It was good. And they're all raising money for the Dreams Foundation, which kind of like akin to Make-A-Wish type thing. And in particular, if you go to Sheetsy's Instagram page, you can see this little kid, Arlo, lives just west of Edmonton, and really, really great story. And he wants to have a skateboard park kind of built out by his house. He doesn't really have the full use of his legs. So he kind of, rides around on the skateboard, pushes using his hands, and that's what he was doing playing soccer yesterday in the net. Really inspiring, really, really cool. So we're going to have Sheetsy on to kind of give us an update on that because it wraps up this afternoon, tonight-ish, when they hit the 72-hour straight of a futsal game. And obviously all the money going towards that foundation.
Excellent. So Chris Sheets will join us. And then Sean Bell will make his co-hosting debut. He'll be in at 9 a.m. We'll catch up with Matt Larkin from Daily Faceoff, go around the National Hockey League. And then I love how we got this guy, and I'm very excited about it. And I generally find him to be more animated and to show his personality off mic. But Kelly Buchberger, new assistant coach of the San Diego Gulls, will be joining us today. And then him and Belsey actually worked together the last year or two. So it should be interesting to see how everything goes on the air. I think it'll be just fine. We'll have some fun with it. But yeah, he's off to San Diego with the Gulls as an assistant coach. I believe Dave Manson's the head coach there. So Bucky will join us later on in the program. Of course, we want you to participate. Again, text us. Whether you're listening on the dial, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, whether you're listening to us or watching us on YouTube, X, Facebook, Twitch, all that good stuff, join the conversation, 1-833-401-1440. And yeah, last night was the first night where I actually went out and did something the day of a show.
You've been playing it close to the vest here in the first couple weeks, not wanting to the potential of a night getting away from you, Tom.
That is correct.
Yeah, smart.
Thank you.
Just it's the same level of commitment that we saw yesterday. Not going down to the Mark Spector Classic. You say no. I gotta work hard. Got to put in my hours here in the studio, and we'll save that for maybe next year.
Yes, that's right.
Next year
we'll keep it above board. Keep it above board. So yeah, it was a great night at the ballpark. The amount of kids that were there, excellent. Everybody was having fun. Young people, old people. It was wonderful. And just a few home games left for the Riverhawks. And then obviously the playoffs TBD. So we'll see how they do. But they have, I think, 9 in a row. I'm just going over their schedule real quick here. Away from Remax Field. And yeah, they got touched up yesterday. They did walk-off win the night prior, 6-5. They had a loss to Kamloops. The game before that, 3-2. And we'll see what they can do against Kelowna, who comes to town tomorrow. So, yeah, 3 games set coming up starting tomorrow through Sunday. And then they go 3 in Kamloops. And then just 3 in Kelowna. And then they go Bellingham to end the regular season. And then they're expecting the postseason to start August 7th. That is a Friday. And then you got the old TBD on that one. But yeah, it was a great time. And then next week, obviously, we got the Elks game tonight in Regina. That should be a pretty good game. And then next week, August 1st, the Saturday, 5 p.m., the Elks will be at home to see who's top spot in the West Division. I did see some texts. G says, so this is the best of Gazzola. Next year, he will be sounding tired. No, just, you know what? I just figure it's like, well, it's a beautiful night. Mooner invited me. Let's go out. Let's see what happens. And I kept it pretty tame. It's not like it was like I didn't go crazy or anything like that. A couple of cold ones at the game. Everybody bought a round, so 3 beers there. Some local Alley Cat, Big Fly, delicious. And then on my way home, I said to Andrew Peart, I was like, Peart, we haven't had a beer in a while. Want to stop for one? And guess who we ran into at Kelly's?
If I had one guess to make, it would be Derek Van Diest.
How about that? I said 73% chance he's there. Who's sitting at the bar as soon as we walk in? DVD. So we had one of DVD.
Just at his local watering hole, doing what he does best.
He was in fine form. And then I said goodbye to the boys around 11:45. Came back home, prepped, got the lineup from you, and was ready to rock. May have hit snooze one extra time this morning. No regrets.
There's nothing. Everyone needs that from time to time.
Yeah. The sun was up. I was ready to rock, but yeah, it felt good. It felt real good.
As long as you don't accidentally turn the alarm off when you go for that snooze button, because then you're in a world of world of struggle. But
That's
with
an
with
uh-oh.
your really advanced and technologically savvy alarm clock, I doubt that's even a possibility.
It is quite good. It has this, like, it mimics the sun, and it's bright.
I don't understand that. Because what about in the wintertime when the sun's not up?
It
when
mimics
you
the
when
sun,
you get up.
and it's quite bright. And it, like,
So
makes
it's like
you
it
think
just
that
think,
it's
it just
sunny.
thinks you're living in the same time zone all the time.
Well, no, what it does is, like, 20 minutes before your alarm is supposed to go off,
Okay.
it starts to light up.
So the sun in your room comes up at the same time every day.
Right now, but essentially it feigns sunlight so that your mind, it, like, you know how you can kind of tell it's getting sunnier out
Oh, for
even
sure.
when you're sleeping? It does that. And I find it wakes me up. So it's neat. I'm glad I bought it, or I got it from my brother, I think. And it works well. Benny, how are you today?
I'm just simply lovely, Tom.
Excellent.
I also enjoyed the lovely night last night. I had a couple of cold ones in the fridge, so I sat out there and listened to some podcasts and just enjoyed the weather. There wasn't too many mosquitoes out, so it was nice. And yeah, just thinking about the Odyssey, basically.
Still?
Oh yeah.
Oh, come on.
It was simply that good. The second time as well. So this is what my nights are spent doing now.
These are the best nights. The
Yeah,
peak
exactly.
of summer. You know, everybody's in the mood for something.
Yeah, that, and then I've probably got to watch Oppenheimer tonight, and my
Holy.
top ends of the Nolan movies and see after the Double E game, maybe before. I do get home at 2:00 in the afternoon. After all,
This is a deep dive.
I'm aware
This is a deep
it
dive.
has to be done.
You know what? To each their own. I have a restoration crew coming in to fix my damn ceiling.
Finally,
Yeah, finally. There will be no afternoon nap, evidently. It'll be noisy at my place. But I'm thankful that they are coming by to fix what has been a big time problem in my condo, in a building that's not very old, that clearly has some issues. But I am thankful that they will be fixing things up. All right. Join the conversation. 1-833-401-1440. Kyle's like, I might need an Amazon link for that alarm clock. Sounds interesting. Kyle, I will pass that along to you. G was asking best of Gazzola. Yes, I'm in fine form. And then Brian was like, oh, TSN vest. Brian, I do work for them too. I do work for them. And it's very comfy. Don't worry. I'll take it off if you're offended. I apologize. I am kidding. I'm kidding. All right. When we come back, Jamie Nye from the Green Zone to tee up tonight's Elks Riders matchup. Top spot in the West. Up for grabs between these two teams. Obviously, Edmonton's 5-1 and the Riders 4-1, but this is the battle of the best teams in the Western Division in the CFL. So we'll go to Regina and catch up with Jamie right here on the Gazzola Show, brought to you by Bet365.
Say hello to Alberta's home for reeling and dealing. With Play Alberta, you can spin into the excitement of popular slots like Cash Eruption and Desert Fantasy. Experience Alberta exclusive games and get in on the action of live dealer tables with all new elevated stakes. However you prefer to play, the fun is ready when you are. Visit playalberta.ca/Gregor to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/Gregor. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Want home ice advantage for your window coverings? Novo Blinds provides factory direct pricing and the fastest turnaround in the city for homeowners, builders, and commercial projects. Book a free in-home consultation at novoblinds.ca.
Hurry in for hot summer savings at Wolf GMC Buick. Take advantage of 0% purchase financing for up to 72 months on select new 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 pickups. 0% purchase financing for 36 months on select new 2026 Sierra 2500 Denali and Denali Ultimate models. Plus, huge cash savings on GMC Sierra heavy-duty trucks. And ask about the $1,000 truck trade-in bonus and low-rate lease offers. Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
From the first pitch to the final out, catch Toronto Blue Jays baseball games live right here. Don't miss a moment of Blue Jays baseball this season. Sports 1440 is proud to be the home of Blue Jays baseball.
Feeling overwhelmed by debt? Concerned about what the next few weeks or months will bring for your finances? My name is Parveen Middleton. I'm a licensed insolvency trustee at BDO here in Edmonton. You don't have to navigate this alone. Together, we can review your options and build a personalized plan to reduce your payments and get you out of debt so you can breathe again. Call 1-833-BDO-TALK or visit bdodebt.ca to book your free consultation and discover your debt-free future.
I finished a 5K in 94th place, right after a man wearing jeans. Then a volunteer gave me a medal. But I don't want participation trophies, unless they're from Bet365. With their daily prize matcher game, I win by matching gold coins, cherries, and more. Take that, denim man. Thanks, Bet365.
If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit av.211.ca. 18 plus only. T's and C's apply.
The Tom Gazzola Show on Edmonton's sports leader, Sports 1440.
Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we are here to stay.
$7:21. Good morning. Happy Thursday. It is game day for the Edmonton Elks. You're listening to the Tom Gazzola Show, brought to you by Bet365 right here on Sports 1440. Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick along for the ride as well. Let's get you set for the action tonight down at Mosaic Stadium in Regina, and it'll be with heavy hearts, but to give us a sense of everything that's going on and has gone on over the past week, let's go to Jamie Nye from the Green Zone. Good friend. You might have remember Jamie from his time at one of the other stations here in town, covering the Edmonton Oilers and doing his thing, covering the Riders, everything that's going on in Saskatchewan, and a good man, great broadcaster. Jamie, welcome to the program. It's my third week on this show. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you, Tom? How are the mornings doing? You're cooking? Having to fill in for a legend like Carius, my goodness.
I know. It's been awesome, man. It's been really good. And you know what? The 7 a.m. start, game changer. I stand by it. I've been adamant that 6 a.m. compared to 7 a.m. to start a show is a world of difference, at least in my opinion, because I've filled in for a bunch of shows, old stations at 6 a.m., and that was a killer. But the 7 a.m. is actually not too bad. I don't know. You've dealt with that, haven't you?
Oh, I did mornings. Our show went from 5:30 to 8:30. That was like and I started doing that like the year my daughter was born. So imagine like an infant as you're trying to make an adjustment to getting out of the house at 3:30 in the morning when you probably just left the baby's room at 2:30 to catch a quick nightcap and then head on into work. So yeah, but now that I'm 2 to 6 in the afternoons, I'm a night owl at heart, so it fits more with my general sense of being is the night owl. I'm more of a 1 a.m. go to bed person.
Same. And you know what? I've tried to go to bed earlier. I've been successful, but it's still like it's hard. It's tough. I'm in the same boat as you. But here we are together. And it's wonderful, and we've got a game to talk about. Now, it is with heavy hearts that this game will go on tonight. I know details have been starting to come out about the Jaden Dahlke situation, and just take us through the progression here from like when it happened to finding out, obviously, the reaction in Saskatchewan and around the Riders, and then the more details have come out, and it's obviously not a great situation, but kind of take us through the progression, Jamie, if you can.
No, it's an absolute awful situation of where we're at today on a game day of two teams at the top of the West standings that we all look at Tom and go, what a matchup. Like this should have been pumped up all week on how good this matchup is. But in Saskatchewan, it has been trying to navigate what has turned into a very complex and absolute, terrible tragedy from Saturday night. So that happened between Regina and a town called Lumsden, which just so happens to be my hometown. So I know that highway very, very, very well. I've driven it thousands of times. So when that collision occurred on Saturday night, we heard that the highway was closed from the Lumsden Volunteer Fire Department. And usually when they close Highway 11, that's a nasty one. And then I was watching the F1 race early Sunday morning when I started to get notes of what possibly is going on. There was a Rough Rider canceled practice, and more details start coming that indeed a player had died in that collision. I found out who, and pretty much a lot of the details the RCMP released the next day. We were kind of getting that information, alcohol and drugs found in the car. But of course, toxicology reports have not come back yet. So I want to stay in fact, Tom. The fact is we haven't gotten that report yet. But, when you have all these details, you're dealing with, first off, the tragedy of Jaden Dalkey. And then it was found out 22-year-old Bhishma Rajaguru was also killed in that crash, who seems like a young man who came from India, who wanted, and was a big part of the Indian community in Regina. And he loses his life, and these details start coming out, and the story flips from, what was, oh my goodness, they lost a teammate, to a very hard story to navigate. Now, there's a lot of anger right now in some circles in Regina. And then there's others who don't think we should even mention the fact that there was, booze and drugs in the car, because, two men are dead and let's just move on. But where the Rough Riders are in all this is very complicated. They're trying to do their best for the 22-year-old victim, Bhishma. And also, this is a room full of guys. You've been in locker rooms, Tom. You know this. They're like family, and they won a Grey Cup last year with Jaden Dalkey. And, anybody in Edmonton who watched him play junior football or university football with the Golden Bears knows what kind of player he is. He is reckless abandon, anything on the line to the team. Last year, he went to hospital mid-game and got cleared to play, and came back from hospital and finished the game. Like that's the toughness of Jaden Dalkey, and that gets a lot of respect in the room. And when they vote for team captain, they voted him in. So that's where we're at, is trying to do as best the Rough Riders can. And I think they're doing as great a job as you could in this situation to balance. There's a lot of teammates who are hurting, so they want to honor their teammate. But in this community, there's a little bit of, anger on the other side on what potentially took place on that highway between Regina and Lumsden.
Yeah, totally understandable. And this is, like you said, it's a hard one to discuss. And hey, man, when the facts come out, there's a lesson there, obviously.
Yeah.
You learn from it, and yeah, this is really tough. Now, when it comes to the game, Jamie, was there even discussion about postponing it at all, or did you hear any hubbub about that?
It sounded like there was a brief conversation, like that was on the table when they, not with the CFL. Like, I don't think the Rough Rider, from what I hear, the Riders never went to the CFL and requested it, but in the conversations, it was like, what do we do? How do we handle it? And I think the decision was made pretty quickly on Sunday that no, these guys need to play. They need to get to work. They need to be together. The only way they're going to be together is if we're in the building prepping for the Edmonton Elks. And here's the sad reality of this is there's members of this team who have lost a teammate in season before. You might remember, Tom, when you were about 12. No, just kidding. It was 10 years ago. But Mylan Hicks of the Calgary Stampeders was shot and killed outside a club during the season. And, Corey Mace was a coach. Josh Bell was a teammate. Micah Johnson was a teammate. And so there's some people on that Calgary Stampeders team who lived that. And they went out and played the next week, actually won quite handily the next week. So I think some of that lived experience was like, that helped the Stampeders through that, is to be together and be a team and all those things. So that's what the Riders are trying to do, as difficult as it is to try to, emotionally push, your grief to the side and maybe use a little bit of that emotion into the focus on the football field tonight.
I remember that. And they removed the logo with the double pistols on the Stamps jerseys after that, too.
Yes.
Yeah, good reminder, Jamie, for sure. Jamie Nye with us from the Green Zone as we get set for the Elks and Riders tonight at Mosaic Stadium. What impact or effect do you think the tragedy will have on the play in the game tonight?
I'm going to say none. You've covered sports a long time. Athletes are built different. If a tragedy like that happened in my life, oof. I'm probably not on my radio show for a week. If it was someone that close to me. But that's not how football works. That's not how sports works. There's usually a game right away. And we've seen it over and over again where tragedy strikes and you think, how are they ever going to get through it? And they get through it and rise to an occasion. So that's where I go, is just based on history. I believe the Rough Riders are going to be maybe even more focused in to honor their teammate. Jaden Dulkey's locker is still in that room when they get ready to go on the field. And that's what I think. I don't think it's going to have much of an impact on tonight's game at all, other than maybe the community, the fans who will have the memorial and memoriam pregame and then have to settle in and try to, work their way through it as the team honors their teammate. And I know the community and the Rough Riders are going to they're making damn sure that 22-year-old Bhishma Rajaguru is also honored tonight as well.
Yeah, I respect that wholeheartedly. So when these two teams kick off tonight, I know the Riders' record is at 4-1. It looks like they've just picked up where they left off last season. Is it as simple as that? Is this team's identity a bit different? How would you describe this group and what they've been able to accomplish on the field so far?
Offensively, yes. Not much has changed offensively when you look at the Rough Riders. Joe Robustelli left, but he hasn't hit the field yet in Edmonton, of course. But Tommy Neal moves on from the Rough Riders, but they still have Emelis. They still have Keyshawn Johnson. You still have Kean Schaefer-Baker. Del Duncan Busby's a good young receiver. They found a couple of good Americans, AJ Ouellette, Trevor Harris. That offensive line's pretty well the same one. So offensively, nothing's really changed. Right out of the gate, they seemed like they were clicking along a little bit. Then injuries struck. They weren't out of the lineup, but Sam Emelis and Kean Schaefer-Baker and Keyshawn Johnson were nicked a bit, so the bye week might have helped that sense. AJ Ouellette also missed games, so offensively has been a little bit weird. But defensively, that's Malik Carney's gone, and CJ Rivas and AJ Allen, you 4 or 5 starters are out of the lineup. So they're plugging holes, and I think they plugged them well. Antoine Brooks Jr. has come in, and he's a special player. If Edmonton hasn't watched much of him yet, you're going to get to know number 5 on defense pretty well. He's all over the place. Josh Woods comes over from BC. He's looking solid. New defensive line because Micah Johnson retired. He's now coaching. But overall, James Vaughters has been great. And now the Roland Milligan's back in the lineup. So I think this defense hasn't quite found their identity yet. Yesterday, they're ball hawking, taking the ball, or last year, taking the ball away. Can't do that this year for some reason. The ball just won't bounce their way, Tom. So haven't had as many turnovers as they did last year. So I think Josh Bell, the new defensive coordinator, kind of got a promotion to play calling on defense this year, is still trying to figure out what the special sauce is for this defense.
Is it as simple for the defense, speaking of them, to look at the tape that BC's put together on how to stop the Elks offense and specifically Justin Rankin? Can they copy that template, do you think, or do you think it's going to be a whole different ballgame?
Here's my thought on the template to stop Justin Rankin. I think every defensive coordinator knows exactly what that is. It's just whether the players execute it on game day. And the BC Lions, I think, after that game in Kelowna, had a little bit more confidence coming into Edmonton going, okay, what we did worked and how we did it worked. And it's simple. Rally to 5. when he gets the ball, it's rally to 5. And try to make Cody Fajardo beat you with his arm, which he can do. But if you're going, I've been citing Bill Belichick's philosophy on my show this week. Bill Belichick's philosophy was this: if people don't know, probably do. It is one guy. The focus on that defense was take away their biggest weapon.
Right.
Period. End of sentence. Do everything to take away that biggest weapon, whether it be and the intangible of it. A mobile quarterback, take away his mobility. Those types of things. And I think that's what Corey Mason, Josh Bell will do. Is number 5 has been so dynamic. You got to do everything, like a discipline on containment. And to contain Justin Rankin is difficult, but you got to stay disciplined. While you're attacking, force them to the middle. Don't allow them to the outside. Simple football. And it's whether or not the players in the moment are getting to the right spot as they, tackle with numbers against Justin Rankin.
Jamie Knight joining us from the Green Zone, getting us set for tonight's matchup at Mosaic Stadium. Elks and Riders, the 2 top teams in the Western Division. Are you surprised by the Elks, Jamie? And then how do you think these 2 teams stack up tonight?
Surprised by the Elks, I guess so. I'm trying to think. My preseason prediction might have kept them in 5th in the West, but a very tight. I said this division is going to be way tighter than last year's was. So flip a coin from almost. I thought BC and Saskatchewan would be 1 and 2, but I don't know what happened to the BC Lions this year. It's just not worked defensively.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised by the Elks, but when you see Justin Rankin, I had him 7th on my top 50 vote for the CFL on TSN. So I knew the player. I appreciated him. But it's the defense of the Elks. That's the reason where they are where they are. That offense, I don't think, really had trouble too much scoring, maybe finishing drives last year. But that defense has been phenomenal for, J.C. Sherritt, who actually was part of this coaching staff in Saskatchewan with Mason Bell. So he learns a thing or two about how to run a sound defense, and the Elks are executing for him. That's the biggest surprise to me, is how well their defense is played.
Right. I mean, I think John Perlberg he does his stats for every week leading up, and he has the defensive stats, like points allowed per game for the Elks. They're ranked 1st. Yards allowed ranked 1st. Like all these areas of the defensive side of the game, they're 1st. And I think there's 7 categories. And the last few years, they've been just like 8th, 9th. And the turnaround from J.C. Sherritt and the guys on the field has been staggering. So I'm excited about this matchup. Could it be a Western final preview? I know we're a quarter of the way through the season, but what do you think? Is it too early to say that, Jamie?
I think it is because you never know, injuries, all that other stuff. But you have this back-to-back set, and then if they split, I'm kind of thinking they're going to split. Like it's going to be a home win and a home win for the Riders and the Elks. And then that tees up what could be the tiebreaker at the end. The last game of the regular season is the Riders and the Elks. So it'll be a minute till they meet again. But absolutely, I think with the way the Elks are playing, they look a lot more consistent, a lot more poised than last year. Of course, second year under Mark Killam's going to help that too. So this should be, I hope it is a dandy home and home set. And as a former broadcaster in Edmonton who was on the sidelines way back in the day, I'm happy to see Commonwealth with a little more juice last week.
It was
than
better.
we've seen previous.
Yeah, it's a bit concerning here and Calgary, and you're right, like a little more juice last week, which was great. And I think if we have a good one tonight, and then the weather's nice next week on the 1st, we could be seeing something similar to back in the heyday, Jamie, when there was 30,000 or so at Commonwealth. Hasn't been that good, but it's going to take some time to build the trust back up with the fan base. This city, how rampant and how much they love their teams. So in time, if it continues to be successful, I think it'll happen. But tonight's a good building block for the Elks if they can pull it off. And then the Riders, obviously, with heavy hearts trying to make it happen. Jamie, will you be here next week for the game?
I will not. I'll be in studio doing my pre and post game show. I'd love to be there, but Maybe further down the road, but no, I got pre and post game to do. So I'll be up late, taking callers until midnight tonight. So we'll see how, if the Elks feed them their lunch, it might be maybe a 1 a.m. finish for the post game show.
There's some chuckles happening in this studio. We know how that goes. You know how it is with pre and post game shows. I thank you for the time, man. Appreciate you hopping on today. Great to talk with you. Had to see you. Enjoy the game, and then maybe we're talking next week about another rematch between the Elks and Riders that could be a doozy.
Oh yeah, well, you help us out all the time on the Green Zone, so I'm always willing to reciprocate, Tom. So right on. Congrats on the new gig, by the way.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And this the first of many we'll do on this fine program. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go. Jamie and I from the Green Zone. Check him out if you want to get the scoop on the Riders. He's got you covered. He's excellent. Yes. Used to work out here. You probably remember him from his time covering the Elks and the Oilers. Obviously back then it was the Eskimos, but good dude. Excellent broadcaster. Very good get for us on today's show. Okay. This is touchy because it's delicate, and the situation as the details have come out have not been good, right? With Jaden Dulkey. So Andrew texts in, sorry, but someone's life is ruined by a post. They get canceled. A guy gets drunk, murders someone, and is being honored. What am I missing? Now, they're going to honor the other victim of the collision tonight at the game. You heard Jamie say that there is anger, understandably, in the community about what happened. And as the details have rolled out and we found out more about what happened, the tone has changed and it shifts naturally. So I don't think anybody's canceling anyone, but at first it was, oh my God, this is awful, very sad to hear. And especially in Saskatchewan with a rider passing away. And then as the details have come out, the sentiment around it has evolved. So nobody's canceling. They will honor, I believe, both men tonight. How they do that, obviously, they have to handle it appropriately, Andrew. So I feel like the league will have a hand in it. I think the Riders probably want to handle it properly, but let's just let them do their due diligence and take care of it as best as possible with as much respect as possible. That's what I would say to that. It's not a good situation, simply put. I'll just leave it at that. All right. Big thank you to Jamie Nye for hopping on. We'll get to some texts. Feed those to us. 1-833-401-1440. We've got Spec coming up at 8 o'clock. We roll on here on the Gazzola Show, brought to you by Bet365.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Car shopping sucks. That's right. Going back and forth 100 times just to get a price. Give me your credit card for a test drive. What's all these extra fees? That sounds ridiculous. At Northgate, we do things a little differently. Good deals on new, pre-owned vehicles, good people, and a great selection. Stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Well, Dale and I are very different. I get early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Thanks, Bet365.
If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 plus only. T's and C's apply.
This jersey was worn by the legend himself, signed and everything. You can't just wear it. I'm framing it with expressions and images.
Your prized jersey deserves better than the closet. Think Expressions and Images, your local custom framer since 91. You name it, we frame it.
Come for Canada's largest trade shows, the biggest names in entertainment, exhilarating sporting events, and more. And stay for the experience at the Edmonton Expo Centre. Looking for the perfect place to host your next big event? From trade shows to galas, meetings, and concerts, the Edmonton Expo Centre has the space, event expertise, and service to make your next event unforgettable. With over 522,000 square feet of flexible event space, in-house catering, and operational expertise, they bring your biggest vision to life. Learn more at edmontonexpocentre.com today.
You see it, Fusion Promo Marketing can make it. Fusion makes high-quality, memorable promotional products for businesses, sports teams, and corporate events. From vision to reality, get noticed and remembered. Fusion with a Z. Promomarketing.ca.
From the first pitch to the final out, catch Toronto Blue Jays baseball games live right here. Don't miss a moment of Blue Jays baseball this season. Sports 1440 is proud to be the home of Blue Jays baseball.
You're in charge of ordering boxes, small boxes, big boxes, really big boxes. You're in charge of tape, labels, mailers, bubble wrap, extra bubble wrap, just for fun. You're in charge of warehouse cleaning and safety supplies. Good thing there's Uline. Thousands of quality products for your business and warehouse needs, always in stock, ready to ship same day, and backed by Uline's legendary 24/7 customer service. Uline makes it easy because you already do enough. Uline, we warehouse for you.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Well, Dale and I are very different. I get early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Thanks, Bet365.
If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 plus only. T's and C's apply.
The Tom Gazzola Show. All gas, no brakes. Edmonton's sports leader. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we are here to stay.
And 47. Good morning. Hope you're doing well out there. Lovely Thursday, pre-Friday, as we like to call it, or for Brandon Douglas, Friday. He's got a nice long weekend. I like that. Very wily move. That's a veteran play, my friend.
I just like when it sneaks up on you, as this one did, and it's like, oh, awesome, unexpected long weekend. I'm going to go, watch the football game tonight. Maybe have a few extra pops while I watch it and take it in. And I'm going to see the Odyssey this afternoon before the game.
I like the strategy we were discussing.
Yeah.
Do you enhance your experience, perhaps?
Does one enhance our experience? And I've talked to guys. I don't know if I'm on board with the beers at the movie theater, right? Because that's much more common now, where you can buy a drink and go in. And I don't think I'd like that as much. I'm more of just like, give me a large Coke on ice, big giant bag of popcorn, especially for one as long as this. But to maybe dabble in other enhancements to enhance your experience. Josh says maybe Josh says not the first time you see this movie. There's a lot going on. It's very loud and things. So I'll probably just go. I'll raw dog it, and then if I see it a second time like Josh has, maybe I'll extrapolate my experience that time.
You'll enhance. Yeah. Okay, Fenny, get in here.
The other thing is that also, like, I don't know, for anyone that hasn't seen a Christopher Nolan movie, he does like to work multiple timelines at like the same time.
Dunkirk was tricky. Very tricky.
Obviously, if you saw Tenet, like you just didn't know what was going on. Or even Oppenheimer, but that was easier to keep track of because everything is either in black and white, and that's when you're going through Louis Strauss's stuff. There's the things going on in the past with the Trinity test, and then obviously like there's a third timeline of Oppenheimer not getting his security clearance. That's really what happens in the Odyssey. Is there's three different things happening at the same time.
Okay,
that it's not the hardest thing in the world to keep track of, but it can get confused. We're not talking Pulp Fiction here or anything like that, but at times it can be. If you were enhanced, I think you might get a little confused.
I'm enhanced, baby. I'm living life enhanced.
You know what? I might get a dabble in some enhancement this weekend.
Just call me Barry Bonds the way I'm out here.
Oh,
playing
boy.
enhanced.
Does your head get bigger too?
I hope not. I don't got a lot of room for error in that.
Socking dingers.
My big bald dome was glistening out there on the futsal court yesterday, and I wasn't even moving that much. But it's like, it doesn't take very much to get a sweat going these days.
We will have Chris Sheets on to discuss the futsal that is happening down at K-Days. And then Tim texting in 1-833-401-1440 says, Thursday afternoon movie before a long weekend. Goated move. Well done, Brendo. Well done. Okay, we have to get to Cam and Eggs. I'm surprised.
Don't have it. Don't have it.
I scheduled at 7:40.
Cam,
okay.
And there's been times where Cam he's like, I like it when it's earlier in the show. I'm like, okay, like it just bounces around depending on how the lineup works. And since we're going to check in with Sheetsy at 8:40, I figure we try and bang it out here in the first hour. Sent him the lineup last night. Tagged him in it this morning. Sent him a text 20 minutes ago. Nothing. So
maybe Tater hit snooze a couple of times today.
It's possible. So I'm sure we'll get it at another point throughout the morning, and we will dip in there.
We'll dip in there. Okay, we'll get our Cam and Eggs, our breakfast assortment when it's ready. Tater, get on it, big guy. Let's go. Chompsker is texting and says, did you just allude to Pulp Fiction being confusing? I've never seen Pulp Fiction in its entirety. I've just seen bits and pieces, and I don't know if I want to even go to it and watch it throughout. Like, because I've seen so much, I feel like I know the movie, but I don't know it in order.
So here's the thing. The opening of the movie is like the last scene in the chronological part.
Isn't that like Memento?
Memento is
works backwards.
Sort of. He doesn't have his memory. He has amnesia.
Yes.
It's been a long time since I've seen Memento, but I believe his doctor keeps prescribing him pills that makes him forget. So his doctor is the bad guy. There's a whole plot line, and it was a whole episode with Adrian Pimento in Brooklyn Nine-Nine as well.
Great show. Great show.
But like I find Pulp Fiction not that confusing. However, that is the main thing I hear from people is that, like, because again, it's 3 separate storylines, except the own storylines don't go in chronological order either. Sometimes it'll be, and so you're like, wait, what's going on right now? So it's a whole thing.
Tarantino's movies I find fascinating. I generally like them. Django Unchained, pardon me, I thought was brilliant. And they are connected. Apparently, they all exist in the same universe.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
So
brilliant.
John Travolta in Pulp Fiction is the brother of one of the guys in Reservoir Dogs.
Great movie.
Michael Madsen. That's
great
his name.
Movie.
Who plays Mr. White or whatever and cuts that cop's ear off.
Oh, yeah.
That's John Travolta's brother. And they wanted to do a movie together, and then something got in the way, so that didn't happen. But yeah, it's all connected.
Michael Madsen passed away, didn't he?
Yes, that is probably
That's
why.
Sad. Yeah, that's sad. Jay in Victoria says, glad to see you both are picking up the vacation time for Kevin. We are both away.
As I said to Jay, it's a 2-man job.
It really is.
Slack.
KK looked like he was having a good time on the course yesterday at the Mark Spector Classic. Spec will be coming up shortly. We'll discuss and debrief on that. Jason says, Mr. Blonde, boys. Mr. Blonde. There's Mr. Pink, Mr. White, Mr. Blonde. Was there Mr. Black, I think? If I'm not mistaken. Remind me on Reservoir Dogs.
No, there isn't a Mr. Black because they assign nicknames and there's no Mr. Black. And the reason it is because everybody wants to pick Mr.
That's right.
Black.
They had an argument about it in the movie.
Because Steve Buscemi doesn't want to be Mr. Pink. He would like to be Mr. Black. And he's like, no, because then everybody wants to be Mr. Black.
Good movie. Good movie. Really quickly, let's chew on this one. I will play with this one. It's from Dallas. We have a couple minutes here, boys. Let's work on this one together. Group project, okay? Dallas texts in, says, okay, do you think Stu Skinner can lead the Winnipeg Jets to the Stanley Cup final? I think he can. He did it 2 times in a row with the Edmonton Oilers. So Jets, good chance to go to the Cup this year. What do we say to Dallas?
So is this under the assumption that Connor Hellebuck is traded?
I feel like that's
because otherwise
I
envision Connor Hellebuck leading Winnipeg to a Stanley Cup final if they were to get there.
But by all accounts, Hellebuck wants out. He's not making things easy. He talked to Jamie Thomas off the air, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't know."
No, it's not looking too sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah.
For that future relationship. So okay, now let's just say let's just say the Jets move on from Hellebuck. You're getting a good package back.
Oh,
right, like you're getting probably at least a roster player,
goalie. Do you think you try to sneak a goalie?
I think it would depend on where you're trading him to. That if you want, like, if it's Buffalo, then yeah, I think you're probably wanting UPL back. No,
great name,
Ukko-Pekka-Luukkonen. So and depending how the return works, like, it could also free up some cap space for you.
That's right.
So if you don't get a goalie back and you're just like working with Skinner, or maybe you bring back another like just complimentary goalie that's also cheap and works with Skinner in tandem, which we've seen him have success with here in Edmonton, opens up the money to maybe go make another splash for a defenseman ad, or for whatever the
second
case.
line center that
would be good. They need it.
Want
Dylan Larkin. How do you like Winnipeg?
Don't know if he's.
I wonder if he'll expand his trade list that far.
I have my doubts.
I do too. So, could it happen? Yeah, Winnipeg's a good team. Like if we compare the past 2 seasons from a first place finish to missing the playoffs, I believe them to be more or closer to the first place team than the miss the playoffs team. Now they're in a really good division. We know that. That seems to, in ways, just keep getting better in a couple fronts. If you include the Blackhawks as a build, so they wouldn't be my pick. Like if we're going into the season and making our Western Conference Final representatives selections, they wouldn't be my pick.
Yeah,
but I definitely think they're going to be back in the playoff picture.
They should be in the mix. I mean, last year it feels like an anomaly. I'm with you on that.
The injury to Hellebuck, I mean, completely derailed the season.
Right, because things were fine until that happened. Now Tim Texan in response says, "I'd say McDavid and Draisaitl led the Oilers to a Stanley Cup final, and or both finals. And if Winnipeg gets there, it'll be Scheifele and Connor who lead them there. That's no shade to Stu. I love the man, but come on now. Also, what if, since we're playing this game and entertaining this thought, what if they do pull off that Hellebuck trade and they go and sign Connor Ingram, and it's a Ingram-Skinner tandem?
Whoa.
How ironic.
I think you could do a lot worse.
He's still out there.
He is.
Still out there. Okay. Cue on that one. We got to go to break and a sports update. When we return, it will be Mark Spector on the mark, of course. And let's get to a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Sean Cunningham of RE/MAX Real Estate. Get the home team advantage for your next move in the Edmonton area. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, call or text Sean directly at 780-265-0165. Here's Brando.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Breaking news out of the NHL this morning. Patrick Kane is back with the Chicago Blackhawks. The UFA signing a 2-year deal that'll pay him an average annual value of $8 million. Kane, 3-time Stanley Cup champion with the Red Wings, also picking up Hart, Art Ross, and Ted Lindsay trophies during his tenure as a former first overall pick. Toronto Blue Jays drop a 4th straight and 7 of their last 8 last night to the Rays, 4-2. Alejandro Kirk homering in the losing effort, and elsewhere around the majors, the Boston Red Sox tie a franchise record with a 15th consecutive win in the first half of their doubleheader, 6-3 over Baltimore, but they dropped the nightcap 5-1 at the hands of the Orioles to see the halt come to an end. Yankees and Pirates also split their doubleheader, and in the nightcap game, the Houston Astros topped Miami 5-2. WCL action from RE/MAX Field last night. The Riverhawks dropped the rubber match to Kamloops 15-2. Coming up in hour 2 of the Tom Gazzola Show, we'll be joined by Sportsnet's Mark Spector, head coach of the Riverhawks Jake Lamperman, and we check in with Chris Sheets from down at K-Days for the Kick for Dreams fundraiser. I'm Brandon Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440 in West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin. CKJR is a Stingray radio station.
Download the free radio player app and listen wherever you go.
It's Dollar Drink Summer at McDonald's. Sip on a refreshing small fountain drink or a small iced coffee for just $1 each plus tax, all summer long. Only at McDonald's. Excludes flavored and cloud iced coffees at participating Canadian restaurants. Taxes extra. Prices exclude delivery.
The Brick's 55th birthday bash continues with big savings store-wide. Save on furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. Plus, take 55 months to pay with 0% interest on furniture and mattresses, or 36 months on appliances and electronics on approved credit. Find up to 30% off bedroom packages, up to 40% off select mattresses, and don't forget, you could be one of 275 winners with over $155,000 in prizes to be won. Hurry in. The birthday bash ends July 29th at The Brick. Saving you more.
Legacy Heating and Cooling is serious about cooling. In fact, we offer multiple ways to cool your home. So you better
call Legacy. Call Legacy.
If you're looking for traditional air conditioning, we got you.
Call Legacy.
Or ask us about a heat pump to help you heat and cool.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Cool with AC or cool with the heat pump. Cool your home with Legacy Heating and Cooling.
This summer, cheer on your favorite teams at Sully's Sports Bar and Lounge. Never a bad seat in the house with tons of big screens. Plus, Sully's Big League menu has it all. Small bites and big bites, game day food and drink features, something for everyone. From the gridiron to the diamond, this is the place to catch all the action all summer long. Sully's Sports Bar and Lounge at all 3 Century Casino locations, Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile.
Every day is game day at Century Casino. It might have been scraped by the snowblower, dented while door crashing, or crunched at the company Christmas party. At some point over the winter, your car was damaged and it's been hiding under a coat of winter grime.
Then come and see Robertson Body Works. We can take care of the damage and the dirt. This week only, call and book a repair and get a complete auto detailing absolutely free.
But you have to book your appointment before the week is up. Go to robertsonbodyworks.com.
I'm Tim Robertson, and I fix cars.
The Tom Gazzola Show. Oiler Insider and Jersey Aficionado. Edmonton's sports leader. Watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we're here to stay.
Hour number 2. Good morning. It's the Tom Gazzola Show. Brought to you by Bet365 right here on Sports 1440. Tom, Brandon, and Josh with you in studio. Mark Spector at his home studio, satellite studio, whatever you want to call it, recovering from a Mark Spector Classic golf tournament. Another one that I'm sure reached its goal, and we will double check and verify with Spec right now. But before we do that, we got to tell you that it's brought to you by Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. In July, you pay what they pay. You can get employee pricing all month long on every car, truck, or SUV. Stop in and see their great selection at northgategm.com. The one and only Mark Spector joining us.
Morning, Tommy.
Good morning, Spec. How was the golf tournament? I'm feeling like it was good vibes all around.
Yeah, it was good vibes all around for sure. Made early reports are about $150,000 for Sports Central.
Damn,
which is awesome. And we were at about 1.8 million. We've raised over 13 years, so we're going to put a little pressure on next year and try to take it over the top for $2 million. So, but right now we're going to enjoy a day, and one of my favorite days of the year is when our tournament's not till next July 21st, so it's 364 days away. Which is right now, that's fine with me. We'll get to it as time passes here. But
yeah,
thanks to everyone that came out yesterday. Thanks for Tommy for your support. And 1440 helped us and advertised and talked about us. And Sports Central's got a little bit safer financial standing this morning because of all you people out there. So thank you very much.
Well done. And I apologize that I wasn't there in person, Spec. That I felt bad, but yeah. Next year I will be. Okay, I promise.
We'll work it out next year. We'll get you guys there all day long.
We'll figure it out. And I was gonna say to you, like, I know you want to enjoy it as much as possible, and we were talking about it yesterday morning, like how it's a good time, and you're amped up, and you're talking about all the people that were going to be there, and you're going through all the auction items. But is it almost like when you throw a party, there's like the stress involved, and then the relief is the next day, or even like you talk to brides and grooms, and they're like, "Oh, we're so tired." It's like, "Did you enjoy your wedding day?" And they're like, "Yes, but we just slept like so well, and the next day was a relief." Is it kind of like that?
Yeah, it's almost like throwing a wedding like every year on, the third or fourth Wednesday in July. For sure it is. We're good at it. We've been doing it now 13 years, and we've got excellent. I got so much, like, our committee and the people that help know what they're doing. They're really good at it. So it's not, it's not like you're doing it anew every year, but yes, it is. Everything has to come together on game day. You get one day out of 365 that you prepare for, and it came off really well yesterday. The Quarry, we're very familiar with them, and they're good people, and Taylor Sinsky and his people help us out there, make it easy. So yes, in a lot of ways, we wake up with a good sense of relief and accomplishment this morning. And like I say, our next committee meeting isn't for about a month, and that's probably fine with everybody around that table. And now let's talk hockey. I heard Patty Kane signed for 2 years.
Yeah. Back in Chicago, a nice way to bookend the career. He gets a nice $8 million AAV spec. Like, well done. And I know he was still an effective player, but what do you make of that? Because you obviously recall his days back in Chicago, winning those Stanley Cups, and they were beating the wheels off of every team around the league for a good chunk of years.
Oh, for sure. And I think it's really cool for Patrick Kane to like you say, you bookend your career. Is this it for him? This has got to be the last place he plays. He's 37. I'm just looking him up. 37 years old. So this will take him to 39. I don't know. Like, I guess we'll make that decision. But I put it this way. Like, it's funny. The Blackhawks had no interest in Jonathan Toews when he made his comeback. They had deemed that he was probably not going to help them along and make them a better team, and they weren't even in the conversation when he went to Winnipeg. But they take back Patrick Kane. He's a fan favorite, and I think the real thing here is he can still help a young team. Like, off the ice, he can help Bedard a ton because he's been a superstar in Chicago for most of his career, and on the ice, there's still a player there, right? There's still a guy that can help you. What did he do last year, Tom?
57 points in 60 some games. I'll double check that. But we're looking at it yesterday.
Point player like that, those don't grow on trees. He can still play and still produce. And I think it's perfect that he's back in Chicago, because when I picture Patrick Kane, I have a picture of a Chicago jersey, don't you?
Yeah, that's exactly what I think of when I think of Patrick Kane. And actually, yes, 57 points in 67 games, 16 goals, 41 assists, and -1. But when it comes to thinking of him, it's always, to me, as a Blackhawk, like the quick dip with the Rangers when he was a deadline acquisition, and then his time in Detroit. Even when he was in Detroit spec, I found it kind of weird to look at him in that uniform. Definitely when he was in a Rangers uniform, it was like, that just doesn't seem normal or right. Yeah. Like, what do you make of his little sojourn through other original six franchises and then making his way back to Chicago? Because it's kind of interesting how he, circled back the way he did.
Yeah, I think what it shows you is how difficult it is to pinpoint, and land in a Stanley Cup winner. We've seen a lot of players hit free agency after a long time in one town and move on finally, usually in their young 30s, and, or move on for other reasons. Gretzky got sold. Yeah. But remember, Gretzky he moved around. He never won a cup outside of Edmonton. Jerome McGinley's travels, he picked and chose his teams, right?
Yep.
Marian Hossa was on the wrong end of the Stanley Cup 2 years in a row after choosing Pittsburgh and Detroit. Now Patrick Kane, he thought, you know what, Detroit might be a place that's going to grow a team, and I like what they have there, and Steve Yzerman, and guess what? Didn't work. Didn't ever make the playoffs in Detroit even. So, it shows me that we sit out here and try to predict who's going to win and tell you who's going to win the cup in 8 months and all of those things. These guys are right in the business making these choices, and they certainly don't know where to go to put a Stanley Cup ring on. That's for sure.
Yeah. Another interesting development, I guess you could call it that, but we're talking about it a bunch yesterday, was Jet Greaves in Columbus. And there's a $4.7 million gap between what he and his agent expect or want and what the Jackets think is good value for him. It's like 7.5 that they want on an AAV, and the Jackets are offering 2.8. And he's a guy that, has really played one full season in the NHL. And it's interesting to see how they try to cash in on that. And I don't know, Spec, like a guy that has 1 year on a bad Columbus Blue Jackets team trying to hit a home run at 7.5. Is it realistic in that scenario? Like, how do you look at his situation? Like, what do you think happens in this arbitration case?
First of all, they just signed him.
Oh,
I just got an email while we were talking about Patrick Kane.
Yeah, Brandon, just put it in my ear right now.
They just signed him to a 3-year, $15 million deal. So the AAV is $5 million. What was it between 7.5 and 2.5?
2.8.
A 2. So basically in the middle. Jet Greaves gets $5 million. If he's going to be their number one there, and I guess he is, then $5 million isn't outrageous for a number one goalie. He's a younger guy. He's emerging. It's only a 3-year deal. If he's as good as he thinks he is, he's going to have a chance to sign more contracts after this. So I don't mind it. It's always hard to judge a goalie, isn't it, when they're in Columbus? Or we've learned this in Edmonton, right? When the Oilers play a tight, strong defensive game, all the goalies look good, right? When they loosen it up and can't keep it out of their net, we all blame the goalie, but really it's, maybe it's not the goalie's fault. So if you can put up good numbers in Columbus, that tells me you're doing something right, because it's not a very good team.
No, that's true.
$5 million a year, that's not bad for Jet Greaves. I don't have any complaints with that. Do you?
No, not really. If again, we're getting used to this new landscape in the NHL, and if they believe he is their guy, then okay. Now he gets the contract, and he's got to go and earn it for the next 3 years. So good. Thank you for the update. A couple texts came in as well. I had not seen that.
It just broke like 2 minutes ago.
Oh,
we were talking, so it's not like it's old news.
Thank you for making me feel better about myself. But since we're on the topic of goaltending, this was a discussion over a pint last night post Riverhawks game, and it was Connor Ingram. And why hasn't he found home yet? And what do we think's going on there? Did he maybe miscalculate the market in the NHL, or do you think he's a guy that will find a home at a reasonable price? Like, what kind of happened there, or what do you think is going on when it comes to a guy like that who, put together a decent second half of the season?
Yeah, I think, this is a guy who led the league in shutouts 1 year in Arizona. There's a guy, he put 2 years back to back. Wasn't he like 906 or 907 save percentage behind a terrible Arizona team?
Yeah.
Had some issues, went in the program, came out, acquitted himself very well in Edmonton last year. Like, to me, if we have anyone who has any questions about Connor Ingram's ability to handle the stress of a goalie job mentally, to have a head that can, hold up through all this. He was in Edmonton where there's tons of pressure on a team that wasn't succeeding, and he handled it no problem and gave him really good goaltending. Like, if I was an NHL GM, I got no problem signing Connor Ingram whatsoever. And he came back, he said, I'll play for Babcock. I'd be happy to play at Edmonton. Like, he was, his camp, I was talking with his camp, and they were very frank. Like, they would love to come back. They weren't scared of playing for a guy that's notoriously hard on goalies. He's a good guy, a good goalie. I'm quite surprised he didn't land somewhere in a sort of a 1A role, right?
Yeah.
I'm not telling you he's going to come take you to the promised land. Like, we don't know that yet, but he could certainly share a gig with another guy, absolutely, and fight it out, see who gets the first playoff start. He won that battle at Edmonton last year, that's for sure.
100% he did. Maybe the ask is too high, and maybe they have to readjust and reassess their situation. I don't know either. I really don't. But like Calvin Pickard ended up in Minnesota, right? He got a 1 year, $1 million deal, which is good to see. Great guy, as we know, and had a tremendous season 2 years ago. It's On the Mark with Mark Spector, brought to you by Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Let's shift gears to this football game tonight, Spec, because it's with heavy hearts, obviously, given the situation that happened with the crash in Jaden Dahlke, the gentleman that he was in the collision with who passed away. There's some anger and frustration there. And now the Riders are trying to navigate this situation as best as possible with providing as much respect as possible to all parties. This is not an easy one, obviously. And then, oh, by the way, you're playing for top spot in the West Division. Like Spec, we've seen tough situations in sport throughout the last few decades. This is another tough one for the Riders. And then the Elks got to go in there and try to win. Like, how do you look at all of this tonight and the storylines that go into it? Because it's not a happy story by any means.
Yeah, no, there's a lot going on in that ballpark tonight for sure.
Yep.
Like that's a lot to put on a Thursday night football game. I see, and I think we've watched the whole Saskatchewan Roughriders and the whole football world kind of turn their, immediately when a football player dies and everyone knows who he is, we all have expressed sympathy and the way of our world, it's just the way it is. His name gets mentioned before Bhishma Rajaguru's name.
Yes.
The victim.
Yes. Bhishma
And then as the facts come out and as we all have a sober second thought, I think everyone realizes, wait a second here. This, Rajaguru is the one we should be talking about. And he's the one that whose family deserves the first round of sympathy. And he's, all of those things. It's always a process. It takes a while. Some people take longer than others to get to a certain place. I'm not a grudge holder or anything. I think the Saskatchewan Roughriders have arrived where they should be. I saw a tweet yesterday, towards Rajaguru and his family. And I think tonight you'll see, one thing I'd like to say is they did tweet out the GoFundMe I believe there's a GoFundMe to return Rajaguru's body back home to India. I believe that's what it's about. It's my understanding.
Yes, they did. They posted that. I'm looking at it right now. So you're
yeah,
right.
I'd sure like to see the Saskatchewan Roughriders maybe foot that bill.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They are an organization that makes a good dollar. They could afford that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure why we're GoFunding that. I hope that the Saskatchewan Roughriders at least make a very, very sizable donation, right, to that GoFundMe, and show them proper respect tonight, right alongside Dalkey, right alongside, if not ahead, frankly. Let's see how they do it tonight. It's a tragedy all around. There's no doubt. Like, we can splice up how it gets handled, but in the end, it's just a terrible tragedy.
Yep.
And it will certainly be what we'll remember about tonight's game long after the final score. Years from now, we'll think back to this game. I won't remember the score, maybe not who won, but you will remember the pregame ceremony, won't you?
Probably. Yep. And that's one that'll probably stick in people's minds, especially around Saskatchewan. Kate, Spec, real quick, we got a question from Team Dean. I'm going to fire it to you. It says, here's a question. Is there a maybe deal in the hopper for Jari? And there's a hold pattern on Ingram as his replacement? From Team Dean. I feel like I know where you'll take this, but I'll let you handle it.
Well, I doubt it, frankly, at this point. If there was a deal I would think that Bowman would make a deal and move Jari if he could, for sure.
Yep.
There's just the value you got for that number wasn't there last year. And yes, if you could move him, I'd bring Ingram in to play the role that Jari's going to play this year. I'd bring him in a heartbeat to be that guy, for sure, and for less money. So I love the idea, Dean, but I guess I'd say to you that if that deal was there, it would have been done. We're not, teams aren't hanging around waiting for a Jari deal into August here. The trades are done. The deals are made. There's the odd free agent hanging around out there, but there's no big mega trade sitting in the hopper, as it were, here on July 23rd. Is there, Tommy?
I don't think so. It's very quiet. I was with Pierdo last
Dare to
night.
dream, right?
Dare to dream. I like to put that one under the category of off-season thoughts.
Yeah,
which is fine.
Jari's got tons to prove. He's got tons to prove, and he's got to prove it under a head coach that's notoriously hard on goalies. And you know what Babcock's really hard on? He's really hard on guys who he doesn't think are fit enough. He's really, really hard on those guys historically. So if fitness is something we've been hearing, fitness has been an issue with Jari. It better not be this year.
Yep.
So there's a lot going on for Tristan Jari. There's a goalie in there, right? There's a goalie in there.
Seen it.
But Tristan Jari's got to find it, and he better find it quick.
Spec, enjoy the decompression after another successful Mark Spector Classic. We'll do this again tomorrow. Looking forward to it, my friend, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Enjoy the game tonight.
Will do. There's Mark Spector with On the Mark, powered by Northgate. This truck's for you. When we come back, we'll talk about the Riverhawks with head coach Jake Lanferman. This is the Gazzola Show, presented by Bet365.
Yeah, it's me again. And if you're sidelined with a sports injury, you already know nothing's more frustrating than being told to just rest. At Leading Edge Physiotherapy, we get athletes moving sooner with our zero gravity treadmills. You can run, train, and rebuild strength with up to 80% less body weight, so your injury heals while your confidence comes roaring back. When your sports injury's yelling, whisper back, leadingedgephysio.com, because life shouldn't hurt.
Okay, new strategy. I'll just live in the freezer till October. It's spacious in here. It's spacious.
There's a better way to survive the coming AC season. Pro Solutions is your one-call-solves-it-all expert for AC repairs, tune-ups, and new installations. We offer convenient financing options and fast appointments so you can enjoy your entire home, not just the freezer.
Now I can leave the frozen peas where they belong.
Book now at prosolutionsinc.ca.
Everything is going to be okay. Any business, regardless of size, can stumble occasionally. I'm Dan McDicken, a licensed insolvency trustee with Faber. If your business is facing financial challenges, our team of chartered insolvency and restructuring professionals have corporate debt recovery solutions that work. Schedule your free Faber Focus session at faber.ca today. Chances of a positive outcome increase if you engage Faber sooner rather than later.
For all your welding supplies, think AWS Welding. Located in Nisku, their readily stocked storefront carries a wide variety of welding glasses, cylinder rentals, plus welding rod, wire, and consumables. Same-day delivery is always available. And if they don't have it, AWS Welding will find it for you fast. Visit their online store today at awswelding.ca or give them a call or text at 780-979-0470. AWS Welding. They make it happen.
Today on Hey Culligan, how smart is your water? Here's Tracy.
Hey, Culligan. I think my water might be dumb.
Good news, Tracy. Your water's not dumb. It's just not talking to you.
You can make my water talk.
No, but the new Culligan Smart Drinking Water System can talk to your phone to tell you when your water filters need changing and help you meet drinking water goals.
Now that's some brilliant H2O.
You said it, Tracy, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test from a local Culligan water expert at culligan.ca.
First pitches, kickoffs, tip-offs. When the game is on, you call the shots. Whether it's a parlay after working all day or a straight bet and straight to bed, Betway has what it takes for you to bet the Edmonton way. So when it's your turn to play the Edmonton way with Betway. Play responsibly. Alberta only. 18+.
If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. Standard message and data rates may apply.
The Tom Gazzola Show, the best of Edmonton sports talk and beyond. Watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we're here to stay.
$8:24 on a lovely Thursday. Hope you're doing well out there. It's the Tom Gazzola Show, presented by Bet365. Tom, Brandon, and Fenny with you. Sean Bell will join us at 9 o'clock. His first co-hosting duties on this show. Of course, join the conversation, 1-833-401-1440. Big thank you to everybody who's either listening on the dial, maybe you're listening on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, you're watching on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. Like, share, subscribe. We appreciate it. Maybe you're watching on X, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you're taking this show in. We appreciate it very, very much. All right, let's join up with Jake Lanferman from the Edmonton Riverhawks, head coach of the team. Tough loss last night. I was at the ballpark. beautiful night. It's great down at Remax Field. You're always entertained, and usually you're getting a good game out of the Riverhawks. Tough start for the game last night, Jake, and I was there with Cam Moon, and of course, Mooner is all over you guys. He goes to the collegiate games, for crying out loud, in April when he can, and he's given me the down low on your starter yesterday, and he's telling me, kid out of high school, he's in the Team Canada program, but when you're a high school kid going up against guys that are playing college ball, NCAA, that are a few years older, it's going to be a tough scenario, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. I think we asked him to do one thing, and that's throw strikes and fill it up. We've had situations where we're walking guys and giving free bases. So they swung it really well last night, and they earned it. So kudos to him to step into that game in front of that many fans as a high school kid and go compete and throw strikes. So not the outcome we wanted last night, but moving ahead to Kelowna starting tomorrow, it's probably in my mind the biggest series of the year. So we're trying to focus on that and flush that one last night.
Yeah, and that's fine. And it's Sam Davis, by the way, I believe out of Beaumont. So he's got a lot of good starts ahead of him. And listen, it's tough. You're right. Mooner brought up that point too. Like, you got 5,000 people there, and you're a high school kid. That comes with the added pressure. Like, that's a big league or a AAA ballpark, at least it was. And you joining up with the team and trying to get into a groove. So a tough scenario indeed. I'll ask you this before we look at Kelowna really quickly. How do you as the coach try to balance getting kids in, getting their reps, making sure it's worthwhile for them to come to your team while trying to win games at the same time? Because you want to put out a good product. You're a competitive guy. You want victories. Like, how do you find that balance and strike the right balance in that situation?
Yeah, I think the way that this week lined up and where we're at with arms and losing arms in the back half that were either all-stars like David Shepard or Carter Fink, it's trying to line up how the starts go. We usually have a 6-man rotation, so we had an open spot because we lost a guy. Given kind of the opportunity to a younger guy who has played for the junior national team. He's committed to Virginia Tech. And he's going to be, down the road, he's going to get more comfortable and make appearances out of the bullpen for us and be a guy that hopefully we lean on in big spots. But you teeter the line of development, trying to make these guys better baseball players, give them that experience. And obviously at the end of the day, winning is pretty critical, and we want to be as competitive as possible. So I like what I saw of him yesterday. I'll say that again. I thought he competed, and it's going to be good for him moving forward. And we're still trying to kind of get these roles established with some of our bullpen arms and our staff in general here as we finish this these last 12, 14 or 13 games, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, these are your last 3 home games as well. And we know Remax Field is very friendly for the Riverhawks. The friendly confines of Remax Field, always a good vibe. Does it kind of suck that these are going to be the last 3 home games as you go into an important stretch of the season here where you close it out with 9 straight on the road?
Yeah, I don't think that's with a playoff push and how it's going to pan out here with every game really being extremely important, and then going down to the line to who's getting that 4th overall or the back half clinch is it's going to be a challenge for us to go play 9 straight on the road and hopefully get it done. But I mean, obviously when we're at home, the community, the crowd support is unwavering, and we're really fortunate and grateful that we have that backing. And a lot of our guys, they love playing in front of this crowd for a reason, and year after year, it just keeps getting better and better.
Okay, this Kelowna matchup, the 3-game set here, what kind of team are we looking at that's coming into Remax Field?
I think they're in a similar spot that we are. I know they had three of their top pitchers were up there in top 5 or 6 in lowest ERA in the league. So I think they've lost a couple of those guys, much like we have. So I'm not really sure what to expect with their team, just because it's a lot of turnover in this time of the year. It's kind of all over the place. Greg Zahn's their head coach now. This is his first year coaching in the WCL. And if you're not prepared to lose bodies and have replacements, it can look a lot different in the last 10, 15 games than at the start. So, I'm curious to see. They're a couple games ahead of us. We played them 6 times in the last 12 games here, and they're 3 games up on us. So obviously a very critical situation here to hopefully try and go get a series. We can pull away a little bit from the Nanaimo and Victoria, who are right under us, but we can continue to try and bolster that ability to clinch the overall spot.
Jake Lafferman from the Edmonton Riverhawks joining us, head coach of the team as they get set to go down the final stretch of the regular season here and solidify that playoff spot. And then you go into Kamloops after this set with Kelowna. Then you go into Kelowna after Kamloops, and then you end things in Bellingham. How tough of a stretch is that going to be? Is that going to be a gauntlet? How do you guys get prepped for that one as coaches?
Yeah, I think travel wise, it's been a kind of a taxing couple weeks here. It's the dog days of summer and we're pushing through it, but travel wise, not too bad. Flying into Kelowna, driving to Kamloops, and then driving back down to Kelowna. So hopefully the rest and recovery of our guys is where it needs to be to compete. And the last couple of weeks leading up into this, I thought we've just been playing some of our best baseball. And last 5-6 games, there's just been a little bit of inconsistency on the mound and that ability to compete and give our offense and our defense a chance to work and help win us baseball games. So that's what we're looking to really focus on here is that's kind of what we preach. It's using our defense. It's been strong, especially in the last couple of weeks, allowing hitters to beat you and challenging them to let your defense work. So we've got away from that a little bit here as of late, and that's a big component we're going to focus on.
Hey, Jake, when you have guys that are in and out of the lineup, are coming and going, essentially, obviously they have other teams that they got to go back to their schools at the end of the year, guys getting drafted in the middle of the season or signed or whatever. And when you have so many moving parts, how do you build a culture and develop an identity with a team like this?
Yeah, I think the players that we have that have been here since day one are kind of our glue guys for this summer at least, and having guys from last summer and have experienced our playoff pushes and what it takes to be successful here throughout the whole summer really establish that culture. But our staff is really competitive, and that I think is the message that's always passed down. With guys rolling in and out, we do our absolute best to get everybody on the same page, and it can be challenging because maybe guys are coming in for one month or half the season, and then they are obviously looking to play well and get eyes on them or get statistics under their name that help them transfer or et cetera, et cetera. But at the end of the day, we're just trying to have every guy play for themselves, or not for themselves, sorry, for the team, and play for the guy next to them. And I think that's a big piece that we try to continue to preach.
Yeah, and they, of course, want their own development to continue when they play short season summer college ball. So I understand that there's a balancing act as well there. I have to ask you this. You've been around, you've been coaching this team for a while. Has the recruiting process gotten a bit easier to get guys up here, given what surrounds this team now? Is there an identity with the organization and what you get from the fan base in terms of support? Has that helped, coax some guys up here that you might have your eye on?
Yeah, 100%. I think the facility and the crowd and everything that we have to offer is honestly, I think one of the best in North America for summer Woodback Collegiate League. So they get to come to Edmonton, experience our amazing city, but they get to have a pro experience. There's a lot of these guys that will never play in front of crowds this big again, even if we're playing in the minor leagues. There's not too many teams that consistently get this many fans day in, day out. So I think that's a big component of allowing guys to become more professional and playing in front of big crowds and getting settled in and allowing themselves to focus on their game and what they can control instead of trying to do too much. But yeah, we always see that early in the season. It's an adjustment because it's way bigger than a lot of the teams we're playing on the road, the crowds and everything that we play at in consideration with what we have to offer here. I think for players wanting to come up to Edmonton, I think it's been great establishing our relationships with really great universities that we can trust, and they give us product that can be put on the field and compete. So we're spoiled up here.
On that note, it is super entertaining. The baseball itself is pretty damn good. And you're watching guys that will go on to play in the pros, obviously. But how do you keep your guys focused and yourself focused maybe at times when you got some of the shenanigans going on the scoreboard and in the stands?
Yeah, it could be a challenge. I mean, yesterday the starting lineup came out of a limo, so it's it's all over the place, man. But I mean, that's part of summer ball. They get the experience that, and again, I think our organization does it second to none. So there's a lot of wacky stuff that goes on behind the scenes, but we understand that fans want a really good product on the field, and they also want the entertainment factor. And I think our group and everybody in the front office has done just an amazing job of doing that. So sometimes you're looking at the board or you're scratching your head a bit, but the baseball purists, might question it, but I know that there's a lot of people that also are really excited to see what's going down here every night.
Listen, man, we're living in a time when the Savannah Bananas are like the number one draw in baseball.
Yeah.
So I think we've got to all adjust if you're a traditionalist. We're kind of in that era. How do you keep Levi Moon quiet, by the way? I have to ask you.
I think it might be the other way. We're trying to get him to talk more. No, he's the best. I can't say enough good things about him. We've been together 3 years now, and my right-hand guy, and great baseball mind. Always, I think we kind of play off each other really well. So he's been a huge addition, and he's great to have here.
Well, listen, best of luck against the Kelowna team that's coming in and the series that's coming up. And you know that the support's going to be there. And then hopefully you guys ramp it up for a postseason run. Because I know last year in the playoffs, people really got excited about that. And it truly is a great time down at the ballpark watching some good young baseball players. Jake, hopefully we're talking about the playoffs in a week or so. And we're doing this again. Thanks for the time this morning.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for having me on.
There's Jake Lanferman. He is the head coach of the Edmonton Riverhawks. If you haven't been to a game yet, listen, it's not even a hidden gem anymore. Everybody talks, Riverhawks game, great time. Kids, young, old, men, women. There's groups of young ladies there. There's groups of old guys. It's just a great time, and it's not going to, break the bank for you. And like Jake said, you're going to watch some good baseball players who are trying to do something not only for themselves, but then also have some success team-wise. Really, really great product down at Remax Field. So they go tomorrow night against Kelowna, Saturday night, and then Sunday afternoon. Those are the final 3 home regular season games. Then they hit the road for 9 in a row, 3 in Kamloops, 3 in Kelowna, 2 in Kelowna, pardon me. No, 3, pardon me. I'm looking at the schedule wrong. And then 3 in Bellingham. And then playoffs are expected to start August 7th. Big TBD on the playoffs there. Where, when, who, that will be decided in the next 2 weeks. All right. Great stuff there from Jake. I was at the game last night. Yes, the players came out in a limo. And we were walking out. Kamloops had the Blazers bus, and then there was 2 limos parked out front. And Mooner's like, "What is this?" I'm like, "Those were the limos from earlier."
I know I mentioned it to you. We didn't get to it with Jake, but they also drove his truck out onto the field.
Yeah, I missed that.
It was a we remember the Blue Jays doing something similar where they pretended to auction off or raffle off George Bell's Jeep.
Yeah.
And so I'm just seeing the pictures of it, and you must have been, refreshing your drink at this time.
I did once or twice last
Tom,
night.
But yeah, they had the mascot on the back with a big free truck sign. A couple of the guys are driving it out onto the grass, and looks like Jake, obviously not the result they wanted last night, but I think Jake still had a laugh about it. So pretty funny. I would have loved to have seen that. I might have to dive in and find the full video here as the morning progresses.
Riverhawks and Kelowna Falcons get going tomorrow, 7:05 on Friday, 7:05 on Saturday, 1:05 first pitch on Sunday down at Remax, and we'll see what kind of shenanigans they get up to. Donovan does a tremendous job down at the ballpark. Kudos and shout out to everybody involved with the Riverhawks for putting on a great product. Can't stress it enough. If you haven't checked it out yet, go do it. It's not going to break the bank.
I'm going on Saturday.
There you go. You're going to
some of the boys from the tropics.
You're going to see Brando there on Sunday.
Crushing beers.
He's having a few cold ones. All right. When we come back, we're going to catch up with Chris Sheets, who's got the Kicks for Dreams going down at K-Days right now. More on the way here on the Gazzola Show, brought to you by Bet365.
Summer weekends in Alberta mean one thing. Tournament season.
I brought the folding chairs. I brought the sunscreen. I brought the umbrella.
just in case.
But who brought the snacks to get through a doubleheader?
I got Alberta's best beef jerky. Wilhauk Beef Jerky.
The ultimate sideline fuel. Whether you're cheering on the kids or watching the pros, load up on Alberta's best beef jerky.
Wilhauk Beef Jerky, because you can't have summer fun with salad. Only available in Leduc.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Well, Dale and I are very different. I get early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Thanks, Bet365.
If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 plus only. T's and C's apply.
There's still time to book your tournament at the Ranch Golf and Country Club.
As one of Alberta's top tourney courses, the Ranch makes hosting fun and easy for any group or business. No matter how unique or unusual, they'll accommodate your vision for an event no one will soon forget.
Start planning your tournament today at their beautifully landscaped course on the outskirts of West Edmonton. On-site event coordinators are here to help, but hurry, availability is limited and booking fast.
Visit theranchgolf.com.
What's 426 divided by 12? Okay, if I carry the one, yeah, we're out. Go Auto has a free credit calculator that does the math for you. See what you could qualify for, estimate your payments, and get a better idea of what's in your budget. Because shopping for a vehicle is exciting, but crunching numbers, yeah, not so much. Text CHECK to 780-777-7777. That's CHECK to 780 all sevens.
What if you could hire motivated, safety-trained youth with no risk and funding to support you? At Careers the Next Generation, we make hiring easy with funded internships across Alberta in trades, IT, forestry, and more. Interns are WCB covered, complete high school accredited safety trained, and arrive ready to contribute from day one. With 42% of RAP students completing their apprenticeship by age 22, you get skilled workers faster. Spots are filling up. Visit careersnextgen.ca today.
You don't just need property services, you need problems handled. HireGood provides cleanup, debris removal, site monitoring, and safety attendance across Edmonton. We reduce issues on your property, keep spaces safe, and take pressure off your team. We resolve real problems for businesses while creating real impact because our team is built on second chances and they show up every day ready to prove it. Visit hiregood.ca or call and mention Jason Greger for a first-time discount. HireGood. Stable jobs create stable lives.
From the first pitch to the final out, catch Toronto Blue Jays baseball games live right here. Don't miss a moment of Blue Jays baseball this season. Sports 1440 is proud to be the home of Blue Jays baseball.
Mr. Rooter has deja vu. Mr. Rooter has deja vu.
The bathroom is right over there, Mr. Rooter.
Thank you, good sir. Wait, I swear I've plunged this toilet before. It was clogged with a snow globe. Am I living in a time loop? Oh, good. It's just a voodoo doll that looks exactly like me. Whew, what a relief.
For a plumbing experience you'll want to relive, call Mr. Rooter.
For over 60 years, the folks at Diablo Boots have been selling the best Canadian-made boots. Handcrafted in Winnipeg, Canada West makes the best quality cowboy, biker, and work boots for Diablo Boots with replaceable soles and heels. Why buy cheaper quality like Ariat, Justin, and Red Wing made in China when Canadian-made is better? Support Canada's workers and Diablo Boots for the best boots. So save on boots by Save on Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save on Foods. Canada West and Diablo Boots, the two best names in the boots business.
Caesars is Alberta's anytime, anywhere sportsbook. Stay in the action with your favorite teams and players. Whether you're camping, kayaking, or catching a show this summer, bet wherever you are, whenever you want. Plus, Caesars Sportsbook offers fast payouts and flex parlays, a new way to keep your bet alive even if a pick misses. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app today.
Must be 18 or older and physically present in Alberta to gamble. Must be 21 or older to use Caesars Sportsbook. If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. Standard message and data rates may apply. Please play responsibly.
The Tom Gazzola Show on Edmonton's sports leader, Sports 1440.
Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we are here to stay.
8:45. Good morning. It's the Tom Gazzola Show here on Sports 1440. Hope you're doing well out there. Cam Tate wants everyone to know that the current temp is 19 degrees with a high of 29. Don't laugh, Brando. Tater's still working on Cam and eggs. We thought it was going to be at 7:40. We're pushing it back. Whatever you can do, Cam, get it to us whenever you're ready, and we'll play it. It's all good. Of course, Bet365, presenting sponsor of the Gazzola Show. And check out Bet365's early payout for baseball. When your team goes up by 5 runs, you get paid out immediately. No stress about blowing a big lead. Download the app and see what early payout's all about. All right, let's welcome in someone who's no stranger to these airwaves. Here on 1440, you know him, you love him. He is Chris Sheets. He's doing good things down at K-Days at the Expo Center, trying to break the futsal world record at K-Days for the Dreams Foundation. What's up, Chris? Good to hear from you. How's everything going down there?
You know what? Things are going okay, Tom. I just want to say that for the record, if I would have known you were going to be joining the morning show, I would have hung on a little longer. I just couldn't stand Carius. That's just a joke.
No, everything is 100% serious.
I love Kevin Carius, and
we all do.
And I hope he learns how to retire much better than me, because I really have done a crappy job of it.
You're a busy boy, Chris. Like you're doing stuff everywhere. It's great. You got podcasts going. You got this going on at K-Days. Yeah. How's it going? You had Brando down there yesterday. He had his big knee brace on.
Yeah, we had the Bionic Man with his knee brace.
That's right.
And again, he's got one good leg, but he came. Tom Gazzola, I have no idea where he was.
MIA.
Probably in a Speedo suntanning on top of JW Marriott.
You saw me, did you?
It wasn't a big deal.
I'm sorry you had to see that.
We're down here in all seriousness. I work for Alberta Dreams. We deliver dreams to seriously and chronically ill children across the province of Alberta. And the organization formerly known as the Rainbow Society has been doing it for, this is our 40th year of doing it. And I joined the organization about a year and a half ago, and they've done incredible things throughout Alberta. 320 different communities have had dreams for seriously and chronically ill children happen. So if you're listening, wherever you're listening to 1440, there's a very good chance that a dream or two has happened in your community, and they've made a huge difference. So we need to raise money to make those dreams come true. I can't remember. Brandon, were you here when Arlo was here yesterday?
Yeah, he got there kind of right as I was tagging out to a piece over the day and watched him get it on the game action. He was a beast in the net. Nothing past him.
Yeah, Arlo is 6 years old, and Arlo, he doesn't have the use of his legs. And when about a year ago, he discovered that he could maneuver on a skateboard, because all of his buddies and cousins were doing that. So he'd get on the skateboard on his knees and he'd keep up to them just with his hands. And his mom calls it Arlo's way. And he plays baseball now. And I haven't seen it yet, but we kind of saw it here yesterday. He literally hits, and then he just rips around the bases using just his hands. He doesn't use a walker. He doesn't use a wheelchair. He doesn't use any kind of thing to do that. He just literally just rips around. And that's what he did at the futsal game here yesterday. And Brandon saw it. He puts shoes, like soccer cleats, on his hands, and he was like literally he moves like a cat, like Stuart Skinner. I tell you, maybe he needs to be the next goaltending coach for the Oilers. I don't know, but he was fantastic, and he's getting a skateboard park from our organization. It's being built right now in their backyard in west of the city in the Stony Plain area, and it's just a reminder of why we're doing what we're doing, which is, again, we've now officially broken the record.
Nice.
This wasn't my idea. I've come up with so many ridiculous, stupid ideas in my life. Last year, I lived on the Ferris wheel here at K-Days. But anyway, 60 hours was the last record. We broke that at 5:00 this morning. And now, for some reason, we decided to go 3 straight days. and we're playing right now. I've got my son Carter and some firefighters have come out to help us out, because what happened with this event is we had a whole bunch of people that committed, and then unfortunately the weather got nice or something happened in their lives, and we're just trying to get through the next couple of hours to get us to the end there'll be a bunch of people and coming. I know that Tom's coming, and that's amazing. Brandon's coming.
Yep.
Yeah, just don't wear your thong, please, Tom.
No, that's part of the deal.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Well, you play in your thong, we'll put you in goal, because I've gotten it right in the nuggets about 4 times. It's not good. But anyway, yeah. So if there's anybody out there that's looking to just kind of have some fun at KT's for the next few hours, we'd love for you to come and play. Brandon, it's a ball, isn't it?
Yeah, it was fun. Like I don't know the first thing about soccer. I'm no good at it. I had the brace on my leg, but I got out there for a shift and give my best Messi impression, just walking around very methodically and waiting for my chance to strike. So no experience required would be my call to action for anybody out there that's maybe going to K-Days and heads into the Expo Center for some air conditioning, because it's nice and cool inside in the hall, and you get your penny on, you go out there, it's for a good cause. So yeah, I encourage anybody to take the time.
Absolutely. And again, we are trying to raise $72,000 in 72 hours. And you can go to albertadreams.ca if you want to. Again, you're just listening, and there's so many great charities in Alberta. But I really do believe in this charity, not just because I work for them now, but again, a lot of the money that is raised goes directly to make these dreams come true. And there's a waiting list of kids. It's our 40th anniversary. We want to do 40 dreams this year, and the only way we can do that is with your help. So albertadreams.ca is where you can go to find out more about the organization. And yeah, in all seriousness, if you want to come out, message the Tom and the Duke, and they can connect you with me, and if you want to come out for a few hours, put your shoes on and rip around today, it would be appreciated, because again, we've been playing. I've been doing the overnights. It reminds me of my early days on Kissin', because I've been doing the overnight show, and we've got some people that have just come out and they just keep playing, and even if they're like athletes at 20 years old, you play for 8 or 9 hours, it starts to take a toll on you. We're looking for help.
I'm watching Arlo's highlights. Very impressive. And the cleats on the hands, he makes it work. Very, very cool to see. Chris Sheets joining us now as we talk about Kick for Dreams, which is going on at K-Days. If you want to donate, go to Chris's Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, at Chris Sheets, and you can find out more details. Or if you're heading down to K-Days, go say hi to Chris and the gang, doing great stuff as well. Hey, you're always busy. I know you and Bailey have a podcast as well. Like, what else are you doing? Like, are you going to take any time off? You're not even retired. You can't even say you're retired, Chris.
Well, I've sent some resumes out for. I want to get into the adult movie business, but
okay.
It hasn't worked out so far for some strange reason. Because I was once, Tom. I was actually a male dancer years ago. It was for an organization called Chip and Wales.
Oh boy, you went there.
So there's dad jokes for you. Bailey and I have the podcast called Talking Sheets. Thank you for mentioning that, Bailey. Bailey was working for the Oilers. She's moved on now, but she was the social media manager there and had a great time. I know she had a chance to work with you, Tom, and appreciated that. And so we got a podcast with a new podcast studio, and again, this charity stuff is just really my focus. And I do some keynote speaking. I've spoke to a lot of school boards and things like that with a speech called "You'll Never Get Paid to Talk for a Living," because one day back in grade 11 in Thorsby High School, Mr. Zurich sat me down and he said, "You better start paying attention, because you'll never get paid to talk for a living." and you know what? For 25 years he was right, because I really didn't get paid. Not in radio. so he was kind of right, but yeah, I love hosting and doing all that kind of stuff, and just still being in the community. That this is the greatest community in the, we might have mosquitoes the size of helicopters, and we might get 24 inches of rain this year and then smoke somehow too. But it's the City of Champions is the reason why we got that name, is because people just rally around the community, and that's what we're looking for here. Is for people to rally around this event. Again, we'll be basically ending at 5:00. You can come see the closing few minutes of it, and it's not like the world's longest hockey game, 11 days. But I tell you what, it's been a real battle for everybody that's doing this, and I'm so proud of everybody that's making it happen.
Yeah, tremendous endeavor. You guys knocking it out of the park, obviously, and no surprise at all there, Chris. And I remember, speaking of like the media side of things and the monetary thing, I remember Kevin Quinn Remember Kevin Quinn?
Absolutely, yeah.
He told me one
Yeah.
day, he's like, Tom, you don't get paid what you're worth. You get paid what you negotiate. And I was like, damn, Quinner, that's cold, man.
No, actually, you get paid what somebody else is willing to offer you.
True.
And then you stay where you are.
Yeah. Well, if you find a home and you're comfortable, that's kind of how it is. Chris, one more time for those that maybe want to get involved or wondering about it if they're not going to make their way down to Kitty's, or maybe you change their mind because they're like, hey, I want to see this. I want to support it. The details that's going on.
Yeah. AlbertaDreams.ca is where you can get the connection. But again, you can go to my Instagram account or like Tom said, X or whatever, and just direct message me and we'll get you in here. I might even buy you a bag of mini donuts.
Ooh.
Hell, I'm getting desperate. Whatever it takes. But in all seriousness, we really, really appreciate everybody, considering this and helping us out. And thanks to Clean Harbors, which is our presenting sponsor. And you know all about that. Is it Bet365?
Yeah, Bet365. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the kind of people that help make these things happen. So maybe you can give me their number and I'll see if they can give me a little bit of a donation.
Happy to.
Yeah.
And also your dad jokes have been really hitting with Brando. He's been giggling like a schoolgirl the entire segment.
Yeah, I know. Well, he's a small town kid, right? Like, it's just we're all kind of the same when it comes to that.
They're pretty good jokes, I have to admit.
Yeah.
I've been chuckling too. Chris, thanks for the time. Congratulations. And I know you guys are finishing up today, but well done as always, sir. And I'm glad I got to catch up with you.
Congratulations, Tom. You guys are sounding great in all seriousness. And Kev, I do love Kevin Karras. I mean, he's an absolute legend as well. So, but yeah, if you'd have only told me you were coming, I would have just hung on.
I didn't know. Oh, thank you, Chris. Okay. Be well, sir.
All right. Thank you, Sports 1440 and all the amazing listeners. We appreciate you.
Awesome stuff there. Chris Sheets, great guy. Obviously, very prominent in the community and surrounding communities. You know him, and he's doing tremendous work. Alberta Dreams and Kick for Dreams going on right now at the Expo Center down at K-Days, and they're going till 5 o'clock today, taking on donations. They want to do, 72 hours. They want to do $1,000 an hour, and they've gotten the record for longest futsal game, but the more that they can fundraise, the better. So a great cause, and happy to give it a little bit of love and a little bit of spotlight. So good stuff there from Chris, and nice to catch up with him. Really, really enjoyed that. Okay, we do have to get to a Sports 1440 update. My good friend, co-host from Hello Hockey, Sean Bell, is in studio, ready for his debut, co-hosting here on the Gazzola Show. This Sports 1440 update is brought to you by All-Star Construction. They shape and build Edmonton communities, specializing in underground utilities like power, gas, telecommunication, and street lighting. That is All-Star Construction. Here's Brando.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
News out of the NHL offseason this morning. Patrick Kane back with the Chicago Blackhawks, rejoining the team that drafted him first overall and winning 3 Stanley Cups. It's a 2-year deal, carrying a cap hit of $8 million. Jet Greaves and the Columbus Blue Jackets come down to the wire, but they get a deal hammered out ahead of the scheduled arbitration hearing. 3-year deal, $15 million in total for the Jet goaltender, that took over the starting job last season. In the majors, yesterday, the Blue Jays drop a 4th straight and 7th in their last 8, 4-2 at the hands of the Rays. Alejandro Kirk homering in a losing effort. Elsewhere around the major leagues, Boston wins a franchise-tying 15th straight in the first half of a doubleheader, 6-3 over Baltimore, but dropped the nightcap 5-1 to see the streak come to an end. Yankees and Pirates split their doubleheader, and in one of the afternoon affairs, Cincinnati topped Seattle 5-3. WCL action from Remax Field last night. The Riverhawks dropped the rubber match to Kamloops 15-2. Coming up in hour 3 of the Tom Gazzola Show, we'll be joined by Matt Larkin from the Daily Faceoff and the debut of our new Thursday co-host, former NHL defenseman Sean Bell. I'm Brendan Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
This is Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to CKJR wherever you go.
It's the hard jobs that take know-how, expertise, and the right experience. And that's why, time and time again, GS Construction gets the call when it comes to the hard jobs. Underground projects that are genuinely difficult, like deep installs, tough ground conditions, or tight urban sites. So remember, when it's a hard job, The list gets short, and GS Construction is on it. Want to tackle the hard jobs? We're looking for experienced pipe layers and topmen. Visit gsconstruction.ca today.
It's time to hit the greens. Elevate your golf game with Country Club Tour Golf Academy. No matter your experience, our PGA of Canada teaching pros are here to help. Enjoy lessons year-round between our 7 CCT golf courses and 2 state-of-the-art indoor facilities. Choose the location convenient for you. We offer private lessons, group lessons, expert club fittings, and junior camps. Visit our website to learn more and get ready to take your game to the next level. Booking is easy. Go to countryclubtour.com/golf academy and schedule your lesson today.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Car shopping sucks. That's right. Going back and forth 100 times just to get a price. Give me your credit card for a test drive. What's all these extra fees? That sounds ridiculous. At Northgate, we do things a little differently. Good deals on new, pre-owned vehicles, good people, and a great selection. Stop in and see us today. 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Ready to upgrade your ride this spring? Come on down to the Golf Cart People. They're a family-owned and operated business that's been serving the community since '97. Whether you're looking for a brand new or quality pre-owned cart, a rental for a special event, they do that too. The Golf Cart People have a huge selection of parts and accessories, and their expert service team is here to keep you rolling. The Golf Cart People, your one-stop shop for everything golf cart. Visit golfcartpeople.com.
Hi, Edmonton. The legend has been reimagined. Check out the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback. With Subaru's legendary symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive, impressive cargo versatility, advanced safety technology, and an IIHS Top Safety Pick Award or higher for 17 consecutive years, the Outback delivers confidence wherever adventure takes you. Whether it's the daily drive, the mountain getaway, or anything in between, the all-new Outback is built for the journey. Test drive it today at your local Subaru dealer. Welcome to Uncommon.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Well, Dale and I are very different. I get early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Thanks, Bet365.
If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 plus only. T's and C's apply.
The Tom Gazzola Show. All gas, no brakes. Edmonton's sports leader. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we are here to stay.
Hour number 3 here on the Tom Gazzola Show, brought to you by Bet365. Thanks for joining us this morning. Lovely day out there in the Big E. Tom Gazzola, Sean Bell, Brandon Douglas, and Josh Fenwick with you. If you're watching us on YouTube, like, share, subscribe, hit that thumbs up, all the good stuff. If you're listening on the AM dial, thank you. To those listening on iHeart, tune in. Appreciate it. Maybe you're watching on X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. Yeah, I know with Sheets, I said X or whatever it's called now. It used to be Twitter. So it's just one of those things. You can text us as well. 1-833-401-1440. Happy to welcome in my good friend and co-host on Hello Hockey. And you're going to be hearing and seeing a lot more of them here on 1440, which is tremendous. Great pickup for us. Sean Bell. Hello, Bellsy. Good morning, big dog.
Hi, Tommy. How's it going, man?
This is nice. We're doing this
This
together
is nice.
in the studio.
This is nice. It's a little different, but now we're staring at each other in the eyes. It's quite nice.
We don't see each other enough.
I
do
know.
we?
I know we don't.
No.
Yeah.
No. It's,
Nice hat, by the way.
Yeah, I had to represent Hello Hockey. I'm wearing this vest. It's
I wasn't going to say anything about the vest.
People are like, Tio, son. I can't remember who texted in. It's just very comfortable. Should I take it off? Is that
well, at least it's not like a sleeping bag, so that's positive.
No, it's very comfy.
As you said, you work for TSN.
work
Like
for
it's not some like every time we say the name of it, we have to spit on the ground or something like I do when I mention the town of Trochu. But
yeah,
it's
screw those guys.
it's I think it's very above board, and we're looking forward to watching TSN tonight for the game. Do you know who's calling the game tonight, by the way?
I can find out for you. I have the schedule.
The
I
only
know
thing
Britt
that
will be
I'm
on the
curious
sidelines.
about, Tom, like,
Tell me.
it kind of clashes.
The colors?
Well, the colors clash. The fact that it's like 29 degrees outside and you're wearing a vest, like that part kind of confuses me. But I
you,
mean,
I'll take
hey,
it off.
we're here.
Why are you
That's
being
all
that guy?
I'm not being any guy.
You're being that guy right now.
Just excited to see you.
I'm happy to see you too. I'm glad we're getting to do this. Every Thursday, you're going to see and hear from Belzy. He'll be co-hosting from 9 to 11. We have a great lineup of co-hosts, by the way. Just very, very happy with the group that we have here. Very proud and lucky to be working with a great group that we present every day. Okay, so I have the lineup for tonight, the broadcast lineup. Do you want it? Rod Smith, Glenn Suter, Britt Dort. Good crew.
It's a great group.
That is. It's a great crew. So they'll be on the call tonight. Riders and Elks. That one from Regina. Battle of the two top teams in the Western Division. All right, Belzy. We wrapped up Hello Hockey a week and a half ago.
Yep.
We scrambled to get it done. Big thank you to Marty,
Yeah,
Marty and Brandon and everybody that helped us patch it together. And big thank you to everybody who showed up at our last show at Local SoCo. That was great. For those that don't know Hello Hockey, how would you describe it to them?
Oh, that's a great question. We've got good guests. We've got great insider. We've got great banter. Few games along the way that we might sprinkle in. We like to have conversation.
Yes.
And sometimes that gets us in trouble on Twitter. But us, not Twitter. It's
Twitter,
X.
Sorry. Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, whatever you want to call
Yeah.
it. But no, it's just a weekly show that highlights what's going on in the NHL, around the NHL, in the hockey world.
Yeah.
So we don't just touch on the NHL or the Oilers, because it's not an Oilers show, despite the fact that we're here in Edmonton. But we've talked lots of Flames. We've talked lots of Vancouver Canucks. We kind of go around the world. We talk WHL, Europe, kind of everything. So
you have a robust Rolodex.
Well, it's a very robust show.
Ah, yes. Excellent vernacular today. It's funny, especially on social media. And listen, like, social media is like the wild, wild west. That's the best way to describe it. But I don't know. I'll tell Fenny and Brandon this story, and our listeners and viewers too. We have a segment called Start Bench Cut.
Yes.
And we did one. It was Carey Price, Patrick Waugh, and Marty Brodeur. And we all went through it. Myself, you, and our producer at the time, Ben.
Yep.
And the reaction was insane because your former teammate, Carey Price, wrote and responded to it. I cut myself.
Well, you got to give more context to that.
Go ahead, tell the story.
You and Ben decided that you wanted to cut Pricey.
Carey Price, yeah.
And I get it, and I understand, because it's Patty Waugh and it's Martin Brodeur. So I fully understood why you were doing it. But the fact that he came in and he put in the comments right away, I'd cut me too.
Yes.
And then that just went absolutely nuts, because
love
everybody
you,
from
Carey.
Montreal came in and was trying to defend him. And well, now he's a Hall of Famer. So
true. Yes.
I guess you guys were wrong.
Well, you're the only one who didn't cut him. I think you benched him, though.
I might have benched him.
You did not start him.
Yeah. I actually had to say that to him. Like, I benched you, Carey.
I know. So anyway, what I'm getting at is, on social media, like you were alluding to, people, like, the takes are crazy. The memories for some are short. Now, you retired 10 years ago, but the best, guys, is when people go, these guys don't know puck. Who are these guys? And it's like, well, Sean played with Carey Price in Tri-Cities and in Montreal, played in the NHL with a few teams, wasn't in Europe. He might know puck. I don't know. Call it a hunch.
Sometimes I moonlight.
You moonlight. You dabble. I've only covered the league for 19 years. But you're right. We don't know puck. And you just see that. You're like, maybe they're right.
Sometimes it's hard not to respond, because you're just like, okay, like, we want to get into this argument, but then you're going to be in that argument for a long time.
Oh, you can't win.
No, you can't. So
you can't win with some
great
people.
times. I look forward to getting back to Hello Hockey so we can spark the controversy again.
Yes, we're looking forward to bringing it to 1440. We'll get all the details ironed out, but we're off for the next couple months, which is actually nice to have weekends.
Yeah.
which we get to enjoy.
What do you do on your weekends now?
I don't know. I don't know what a weekend is, to be honest with you. Last week I was lost, Belzy.
You were lost.
I was lost.
What do you mean by
what
that?
do I do? I can. So
Oh,
you're
like
saying-
lost mentally.
Yeah,
Like I
like-
have no idea what's going on.
So you're saying I can do whatever I want?
Yeah. So now I can just sit here. I can sleep in till 10.
No, I can't do that.
Go to Honey till 2.
Nobody does it.
Nobody does that.
Scott, shout out to Scotty over there. But yeah, anyway, if you have any hockey questions, fire those Belzy's way. He likes any type of challenge. Hammer, just text in a start bench cut. Let's try this. Let's have everyone.
Yeah.
Belzy, Laddie, Schlemmer. Let's go to Brandon Penny first.
I'd cut myself.
No, you're last. Go ahead, Brando. This is a fun game.
What's is it as a defenseman? Is it as a radio
I don't know
personality?
what the
Is it as
context
a
is.
No
Is
idea.
it as a food aficionado? Because if I said anything other than start Laddie Schmid in that, he would, before jetting off to back to Czech Republic, he'd come and beat the wheels off me.
You'd
So
be flying back to get you.
tell you what,
Oh my
Bel-
God, Brandon, what are you doing?
Belzy, we're pumped to have you
Thank you.
aboard, and not only with Hello Hockey, you're doing your hits with Low Tide every Tuesday now, I
Yep.
think, right?
Yep.
And obviously in with us on Thursday,
Gotcha,
so it's going to be great. I've got to know Laddie and Schlemmer pretty well over the past couple of years. This is the initial one. I'm benching Belzy. I'm starting Schlemmer, and I'm cutting Laddie because he left us behind.
Ooh, that's
Now,
well played. Well played.
Love Laddie, wishing him all the best, and I hope he's still tuning in here to hear how his replacement's making his way in the first hour of of the airwaves. And now I'm probably gonna get a text from him calling me an idiot and a loser. And
100%.
I also don't
You're
know
dead to him.
puck or food or fashion or women or any number of things.
You know cats though.
Yes.
You know cats.
Yes.
Go
ahead, Penny.
Start Laddie, bench Schlemmer, cut Belzy.
Oh my God, that hurts.
Wow, he comes
Well,
out
it's the side of his head, but
he's heartbroken.
I am
Sorry,
heartbroken.
Belzy.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
See how fun start bench cut is? No controversy or
they
hurt
can't
feelings.
clip me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to start Laddie.
yeah.
I'm benching myself, and I'm going to cut Schlemmer. And here's why.
Oh,
and here's
poor
why.
Schlemmer is not even here to
Me
defend
and Schlemmer, we go way back, but we were in the Alzheimer's face-off
himself.
not too long ago, a couple months ago. And we did a little quick one-on-one. And I think he forgot that I can still high step.
You've got wheel.
And I got his feet moving. He caught a rut. He went flying into the post.
No.
And I think he kind of messed up his own ribs.
He broke
And-
his ribs.
He broke his ribs.
Didn't
and
go
he was
for 2 months.
and he was out for a while. So that's why Schlemmer's getting cut. Because I put him on the IR.
Oh no. Poor Schlemmer. I guess I have to partake in this. I will start Schlemmer, bench Belzy, and because he's gone, cut Laddie. And then it's funny because Matt and Leduc responded with Laddie's response to Brandon cutting him. You had one expletive job.
His favorite thing to, whether it's me forgetting to give him the headphones or send him a show link or any number of things, he had one bleeping job, and apparently I'm not very good at it. So that's all right. Working on getting better every day.
Hey,
That's all you can do.
one
It's all
step at-
we can ever remember, Tom. Lifelong learners.
lifelong learners.
Lifelong learners. That's
Knowledge
what
is
we're all.
power.
Did you catch the moon last night, Tom, by the way?
Was it a gibbous moon?
No, well, it's approaching gibbous. It's a waxing half.
Oh,
Waxing half. moon
I'm
last
sorry
night.
I missed that.
Yeah. Well, tune in over the next couple nights. You'll get to see a waxing gibbous.
Can't wait, Brando. Can't wait. So okay, in the next segment, Belzy, we're gonna touch base with Matt Larkin. We're gonna talk about what's going on around the National Hockey League. But yeah, what's caught your attention in the sporting world lately?
The sporting world.
Yeah.
That the Dolphins are getting no love. That's one. The Kawhi trade shambles.
You're a big Raptors guy.
I'm a massive Raptors fan,
Yep.
but I don't know what's going on. The thing that I'm curious about with that whole situation is, wasn't Kawhi in Clipperland for 10 years?
Almost.
And so at no point
7,
within
right? Yeah.
7 years, so at no point in that 7 years did you decide to maybe investigate what was going on?
It's
You had to
crazy
wait till
what-
the trade happened.
Right.
That
It's
part
insane.
is insane to me. The hockey world being somewhat quiet right now, and then Patty Kane obviously going back to the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah.
Cool story. Gets to mentor Bedard. The Carlson stuff that happened, that
No
was
kidding.
extremely interesting, and it's fascinating to see how the landscape's going to change for guys that are
23, 24, 25, especially those RFAs. Our GMs all of a sudden now going to be in a situation where they're just going to consistently use the offer sheet. And we've seen it the last couple of years. So that's something that is going to be, I'm going to want to pay close attention to.
It's been weaponized.
It has been weaponized, and I feel like it's better for the game. Now, with that being said, did Briere have to throw 18 million out there?
No, but it was
kind of funny.
Sneaky funny, yeah.
But it would have still messed up his own cap, and it would have messed up, obviously it messed up Anaheim's for this particular season. So, those are some of the things that have caught my eye in the last, month or so.
It's been a crazy, it was crazy for a bit there in the hockey world around the draft after the Cup final, and then obviously free agency and all of that. So lots to digest, and we're going to do that with Matt Larkin and Belzy. We had Dave Pagnotta on yesterday. By the
did
way.
you?
Yeah. He's going back to Italy.
Really?
Yeah, he's going to go visit people in Italy. So
good for him.
Yeah.
What's he doing with all his free time?
That's a great question. I have an idea, and it involves social sparklers. Yeah.
Libations.
Frolicking, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big fan of Dave Pagnotta. So if you have any hockey questions, fire those our way. We will answer them. Belzy will handle them as best as possible. Anything from Matt Larkin, 1-833-401-1440. It's funny because cousin Colin texted in and says, boys, UFA, Dinger, haha. Dinger texted me. He's like, hey, if you need a guy on the show, I'm like, yes, Dinger, we'll definitely get you on. And Brando, you're like, Dinger's no stranger to this station.
No,
obviously.
he came on with Kevin many times. Or when Kevin was on one of his 1,000 holidays, Dinger sat in with me for like a full hour and a half during the show one day.
How many words did you get to say?
Well, that's exactly. I think I asked him 2 questions, and that filled half the show essentially, which is great. He's got some great stories. It's playing with some of the best players that have ever touched the ice in the NHL.
Oh, and he'll never tell you either.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's exactly it. It was like, if you haven't heard about Chris Dingman's career, just ask him. He'll lay it out for you. Dinger's great. So I hope hopefully we can catch up with him at some point here, not so far down the line.
We will. And I feel bad because I called Dinger an a-hole on the air on the other station. And I felt so bad when I said it. And that was at the Hockey Helps the Homeless.
Oh, he probably was giggling at that point.
Well,
he loves that stuff.
When we have our skates during the hockey season.
Which skates?
The alumni skates.
Oh, I thought you meant the other ones that you don't come to.
I might be able. Well, you invite me 20 minutes.
Well,
before
that's
you guys
not
are
true.
going on
That's
the
not
ice.
necessarily true.
Now
that was one time.
Now I might be able to.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how about that? You
Andrew
can cross
Walker
the river
asked me if
finally.
I'm going. I will cross the river. Might even take the
Boys,
Hyundai.
you have no idea how big this conversation is because we've been doing this for like 2 years now. And Tommy keeps going back to the well of, well, you invited me 20 minutes before. When the reality is I usually invite him a day before, but he doesn't like crossing the river.
And correct me if
He's
I'm
a
wrong.
downtown guy now.
These skates, they're the same day, the same time every week.
Every single time.
More often than not. And I understand, Tom, you probably don't get invited to every one. Much like when I get invited to these occasional drop-in things, it's like, oh, we just need a warm body.
Yeah.
But you should know if, like, to at least prove a point to Belzy, like, I need to be on standby that this text is going to come at some point. Bag's already in the car. I'm ready to go at a moment's notice.
I took all the tape off of my sticks. My bag is in my storage unit in my parking garage.
That's outrageous.
Are you guys still skating this summer?
Yeah, we start up again July 31st. Would you like to join? 12:15.
Is this a formal invite?
It is.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. Glad we could get that. That's, you know what? This is healing. This is good.
Good people doing good things.
Yeah. Thank you guys for mediating that.
Yeah. The Rig says, welcome aboard, Belzy. Sounds like you need to work on your flowery language to be a Thursday co-host. He's got a pretty good database of words.
Belzy's very well spoken. I think the text is more referring to Laddie's very
the
exclamation point type debut on the station where we got a few notices from listeners, CCRT, and the like, yeah, you're not allowed to say that word on a live AM radio. So
yeah, that would never happen with Laddie.
Not at all.
Yeah,
never.
All the power to him, though. By the time he wrapped up here last week, polished, smooth, seasoned vet, seasoned pro.
Belzy's very polished and smooth, and he chooses his words appropriately.
Sometimes, yes.
Most of the
Thank
time.
you.
Okay, great first segment. Belzy in the co-host chair. We are rocking and rolling. We're going to talk a little puck with Matt Larkin from Daily Faceoff right here on the Gazzola Show, brought to you by Bet365.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Well, Dale and I are very different. I get early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Thanks, Bet365.
If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 plus all. T's and C's apply.
It's cone season at McDonald's, which means vanilla cones are $1 each plus tax in the McDonald's app all summer long. Soft, creamy, and crunchy. For just $1 each plus tax exclusively in the McDonald's app. App download and registration required at participating McDonald's in Canada.
Are you looking for safe and reliable transportation solutions for your wedding, corporate retreat, or golf trip? Look no further than Silent Rides, Alberta's premier charter bus company. Whether your group is big or small, Silent Rides has you covered. We offer 3 different sizes of units to cater to your needs, and we provide first-class service at affordable rates. Get your quote today. For more information and to request a quote, contact sales at 877-748-0991 or visit silentrides.ca.
Mr. Rooter has deja vu. Mr. Rooter has deja vu.
The bathroom is right over there, Mr. Rooter.
Thank you, good sir. Wait, I swear I plunged this toilet before. It was clogged with a snow globe. Am I living in a time loop? Oh, good. It's just a voodoo doll that looks exactly like me. Whew, what a relief.
For a plumbing experience you'll want to relive, call Mr. Rooter.
Whether you're a craft beer connoisseur or more of a wine aficionado, there's always something new to discover at Sherbrooke Liquor, a unique, family-owned, independent liquor store. The selection, incredible. The non-alcohol section is also very impressive. Sherbrooke Liquor, expert, knowledgeable staff with a passion for unique finds. More than just a liquor store, we're a community. Alberta's best, the one and only Sherbrooke Liquor. Wine, spirits, and oodles of beer. Visit SherbrookeLiquor.com.
From the first pitch to the final out, catch Toronto Blue Jays baseball games live right here. Don't miss a moment of Blue Jays baseball this season. Sports 1440 is proud to be the home of Blue Jays baseball.
Bashaw Concrete Products. From concrete and septic tanks to blocks, precast water pads, jersey barriers, and aggregates. Farmers, contractors, homeowners. Plan your next project at BashawConcrete.com. Family owned, over 60 years pouring. Bashaw Concrete Products. Once again, start here. BashawConcrete.com.
Alberta, this one's for you. Around here, trust takes a few winters. It's why players have known Jackpot City since 1998. Home to hundreds of exciting casino games, live dealer action, and new adventures waiting to be discovered. Jackpot City. Nothing beats the original. Please play responsibly. 18 years or older. Alberta only.
If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca.
The Tom Gazzola Show on Edmonton's sports leader, Sports 1440.
Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we are here to stay.
$9:23. It's the Tom Gazzola Show here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Bet365. Sean Bell, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick in studio as well. Matt Larkin standing by. He is our headliner of the day, brought to you by Mr. Rooter Plumbing. Draining clogged pipes like three-pointers. For all your plumbing needs, go to mrrooter.ca. Let's talk some puck. If you have any questions or you want to discuss a certain topic around the National Hockey League, 1-833-401-1440 is the number. Matt, let's start with the news that came out this morning, and it was Jet Greaves getting a deal done, 3 years, $15 million. Before going to arbitration, that hearing was scheduled for today. He and the Jackets are making it happen for the next 3 years. I was surprised by the gap between the two sides with the $7.5 million ask for Greaves, who just finished up his first full year in the NHL, and then the Jackets offering just $2.8 million per year. Is this a happy medium, and do you like this deal?
I think it is, and I really like the deal. And honestly, I think the gap in a case like this is mainly just theater. It's, the final result is going to land between those two numbers, and the Columbus side of it's a low ball. The Greaves camp is too much of an ask, and I think where they settled is just right. I'm really excited about Jet Greaves as an emerging goaltender. He's not a big goaltender, especially if you see him eye to eye. He's actually one of the smallest in the league, but he's really athletic, really quick, and I think he's one of the most underrated netminders in the league. And even looking ahead, I was projecting out Canada's 2028 World Cup roster, and I think Jet Greaves is somebody that deserves to be on that radar. He was really good at the World Championship as well. So I think this is just the beginning for him, and I like that number for Columbus. It's going to be a bargain in a couple of years.
I've heard the rumblings about him maybe being a candidate for Team Canada, and considering our goaltending situation, maybe it shouldn't come as much of a surprise as when I heard that news. Like, really, what else is out there? And is this a rising star in Jet Greaves, in your opinion?
I think he absolutely is. And yes, a little bit of a late bloomer, but he's someone who has excelled at every stop of his career whenever given the chance. And it's funny, he wasn't supposed to be their goalie of the future. It was supposed to be Daniel Tarasov, but Greaves just sort of nudged him aside. And as that Columbus team gets better, ideally, we'll see what happens with Zach Werenski, but I think they've found their long-term bell cow starting goalie in Greaves. And with Canada, the net going forward, it's clearly going to be Logan Thompson's. I think Jordan Binnington, you had to hold on to him because he was the starter on the Four Nations, the winning team. You can't jettison the guy that won the title with you. But now that Canada is no longer the defending champion and best on best, you don't have to have the same loyalty to Jordan Binnington. He'll be mid-30s. I think he'll be, 35 or something by the time the World Cup rolls around. So it's going to be Logan Thompson's net. And I think Jet Greaves should be the favorite to be the number 2 right now.
Interesting. The other news that broke today, Patrick Kane returning to the Blackhawks, 2-year deal, $8 million AAV. But when you look at Patrick Kane, 57 points in 67 games on a so-so, I'm being nice here, Detroit team where the wheels kind of fell off. What do you think of that deal and the bookend for Kane in his career in Chicago?
Yeah, I know people are freaking out about the $8 million, but it's never the AAV that's a major problem. It's just term. And it's not like he's getting $8 million a year for 5 seasons. It's 2 seasons. Chicago is swimming in cap space. The cap's going up. It's going to be $113.5 million next year. So to me, giving him $8 million, it's probably just that's what it took to get him. He might have been willing to go to a more of a contender, but this gives him another very nice payday to probably finish his career. I think there's a good chance these will be his final 2 seasons, and he gets to finish where he started, where he built a Hall of Fame resume, won 3 Stanley Cups, Conn Smythe Trophy, Calder Trophy, Hart Trophy, you name it. He did it all in Chicago, and maybe a chance to do a little bit of mentoring for someone like Connor Bedard, of course, Anton Frondel. Chicago has so many good young prospects coming in. So I see it. I'm a little disappointed just in the sense of, for Kane's perspective, and I asked him this last year, I said, why do you keep going back to Detroit when this team can't even make the playoffs? And I said, all due respect, you only have so many years left. Don't you still want to find that competitive fire? So it does not feel like Kane is chasing winning. I think Chicago is very far from that leveling up, especially with Connor Bedard missing the beginning of the season as he recovers from shoulder surgery, right? So I'm surprised Kane, who's really not played competitive high-stakes playoff hockey, and I don't know, I think the last time was 2017 or maybe the bubble, the COVID bubble. So I would have expected him to try and chase winning a little more, but it just didn't work out that way.
What do you think it's going to do for Chicago? Because obviously you have budding stars like Bedard, like you mentioned, and you bring in a veteran player like Kane, who if you really wanted to do a comparable, like it's fairly close given their stature and the way that they kind of play. Now, obviously, Bedard's more of a shooter than Kane was, but like, what is it going to do for the Blackhawks? What does it do for a lot of those young players when you bring in a guy like Kane into the locker room? He's obviously going to be riding backseat to a couple of these guys, but is he now going to be in the spot where he's riding side saddle to Bedard? Is he going to be looked upon to be one of the key contributors on the power play. Like, what is his role going to be outside of the obvious being, a mentor for some of these young guys?
Yeah, I think in the short term, yes, on the ice, he's going to augment the power play. It's still probably his greatest skill, and he's got some of the greatest hands literally of all time in hockey, right? So he's going to be of assistance there. When Bedard is back healthy, Bedard the center, Kane's right winger, we could see them together on a line. And one concept I like is when you have a lot of promising rookies, it's always ideal if they can earn their way into a prominent spot instead of being forced or just having it handed to them when they're not necessarily ready. So if you look at someone like Roman Kantsarov, who was the KHL goal-scoring leader, he comes over, he's a very exciting rookie. You have Anton Frondel, you have Nick Lardis, you have a lot of good, exciting young offensive players. But if you have Kane added to that depth chart, it means those other guys, they have to outplay Kane to earn the spot. And it doesn't mean they automatically get it. It takes a little bit of pressure off where Kane can maybe be the one that's matching up against other teams' best defensive players as well. And of course, in the dressing room, the intangibles, Kane is a pure winner, right? That's been his probably defining characteristic aside from his Showtime skill. And that's someone who just, yes, it's been a while, but he has still played so many high stakes games in his career, so many deep playoff runs. And I think he's done it with sort of an unflappability that could be contagious. And when you're building a team that's just so full of young talent, you have to be careful that you don't have so many guys that have never learned how to win. You have to add some winners to that room. And I think Kane will add that for Chicago.
Yeah, interesting. And I guess at the end of the day, not too surprising given the outfit. I know Buffalo might have been a possibility, but going back to Chicago, I think maybe feels right. And we're talking about like Jonathan Taves and how he ended things in Winnipeg. And we were talking with Mark Spector earlier, like it wasn't really an option for him to go back to Chicago, but this is two different scenarios. Taves and Kane, like Taves, had that illness that dogged him for a few years. So it's completely different in that regard for sure. So we'll see how he does back in Chicago. We've got Matt Larkin from Daily Faceoff with us here as we're talking hockey in the dead of summer, but there are some things to hit on. And there's the UFA list that is still out there. Some, I guess, prominent names, interesting names, Laine, Tarasenko, Michael Bunting doesn't have a deal as of right now. David Perron's still lingering out there, although he's on the back nine of his career. Maybe he's getting close to the 18th green, but still an effective player, I would think, for a good price. Are you surprised by some of the names that are still out there, Matt, or do you think we're going to hear some news about them anytime soon?
I am pretty surprised when it comes to guys like, let's say, Vladimir Tarasenko or Michael Bunting, who are still established top nine forwards. I would have thought they'd have jobs by now. I think what we're probably seeing is a little bit of jockeying where teams might be still, preparing to take a run at someone like a Dylan Larkin, for example, that's still on the market.
Right.
And I think they're waiting to see how some of those situations play out. We still have Connor Hellebuyck's future that's in the air as well. And there might even be some handshake deals, I think, with some of these free agents where teams have said, hey, we want to make room for you. We just don't have it yet. Or it could be a scenario where guys are going to have to be placed on LTIR. I think that's one possible explanation why we have some reasonably big names still on the market right now.
One of those big names is Patty Laine. He's 8.7 in Montreal. He didn't obviously play a ton last year, but he's a guy that if you can get his game back and can be a pretty decent offensive talent in the NHL. So a guy like that sitting at home, what is he going to have to do to be able to get into a lineup? Is he, does he come in on a 1 year prove it type deal for minimal money? Does he sign as a PTO to try to crack a lineup, a roster? What does a guy like that have to do to try to, get a resurgence in the NHL?
Well, to me, Patrick Laine is the most intriguing free agent, not just on the remaining board. I said it July 1st. To me, he was, in terms of just the range of outcomes, the most intriguing free agent to me. And if you look, even during this valley of his career, when he's gone through all these health problems, if you look over the past 3 seasons combined, he is still, this version of Patrick Laine is still the best power play scorer in the entire NHL on a per 60 basis. Literally the best power play scorer per minute in the league the last 3 years. So he does have something to offer as a pure shooter. I don't think he does many other things well anymore, or maybe you could make a case he never did. He's not the fleetest of foot, and he's not going to win a Selke trophy ever. But yes, but he still has one amazing skill that's, I think, extremely useful. And I think he shouldn't be having to get a PTO just yet. He's only 28 years old. I think he deserves still to get another shot if he's healthy. And I could see it being a one-year prove-it deal. And I wouldn't be surprised if he scores 25 goals, 30 goals, if he can play even 65 games and be used purely as a power play specialist.
Okay, Matt, got to get your take on Adam Fantilli, because people, now that Bedard's deal's done, we saw what happened with Leo Carlsson. We're expecting Macklin Celebrini to get a big ticket when they're ready to negotiate his next contract. Some people are saying, maybe Fantilli's closer to a Bedard. And then others, are thinking, no. Maybe he's closer to like what Zegras got, 9-10 million range. Like, how do you analyze Fantilli? And then I'll add this as well. What do you think happens with Cutter Gauthier?
It's funny with Fantilli. Now you have to worry about the offer sheet too, right? Because normally with offer sheets,
great point,
you don't see these huge scale ones like we saw with Leo Carlsson. It's typically more like a Dylan Holloway, where one team, the new team, values the player a lot higher and wants to play him more, and that's why the player signs it. And then the original team says, okay, fine, you can take him. We don't think he's worth that much. The Carlsson offer sheet changed everything. And if I'm Columbus, I'm a little scared about that, and I want to get Adam Fantilli signed as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still a big believer in him. I think he can be in all situations, all-around dominator, because he's big and physical. I think he can still be a star in the NHL. He's been great in the second half. He just has not put it together for a full season. But I think if I'm Columbus, just to be safe, like, again, you have to factor in the rising cap. I don't think he's going to be a $10 million player in this world with a cap that's going to be 113 and then higher. I think he's going to be a 12 or a 14.
Right.
So I think they would be wise, rather than risk getting him offer sheeted for 16 or something like that. Just get him in now. Sign him for max term if you can, or at least 5 years, whatever you can do. And maybe you have to project out a little bit. So maybe it's 12, 14, whatever it's got to be. But I think he's a player who will be worth that in a few years, maybe as soon as 2 years from now. So just try and learn from Leo Carlsson. Cutter Gauthier, to me, that's such a conundrum for Pat Verbeek. I think it's been a disastrous offseason for Anaheim, because Gauthier, he's not eligible for an offer sheet. There's no scare there, but he's been just as good as Leo Carlsson. If you're Gauthier, then how can you not say, hey, okay, I'm not a center. Maybe that knocks a tiny bit off my value, but if he's worth 18, how am I not worth 16? He's an absolute breakout forward in the NHL, scored more than 40 goals as a sophomore. But the problem is the Ducks, their cap space is currently, the last I looked, $9 million.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're Pat Verbeek, you have to be, I think, regretting giving $4.25 million to AJ Greer. You bought high on a fourth liner who got extra minutes because the Panthers had so many injured players. He scores 17 goals, and you hand him $4 million. You could really use that right about now for Cutter Gauthier.
Yeah, you really could. I find it interesting, though, because when you look at the new deals that are coming in, and does Carlsson deserve that 18 million? We could probably sit here and argue that. Will he live up to that contract? We could also probably argue that. But what I also find fascinating is a guy like Bedard takes 15 million to say, hey, I want to leave a little bit on the table. For a lot of these young guys that are coming up for contract renewals, is there a sense of, we want to maybe take a little bit less so that our team can bring in more good players? Or do you find that more guys are just saying, hey, the market's been set at 18. We want to try to get all the way up to that 18, because that is going to be an interesting, piece of business moving forward. Because if you have guys that are, Gauthier signs for 15 or 18, and you have Carlsson at the same time, that's a massive piece of your cap gone. And then it kind of messes up the rest of the depth on the team. So if we've seen anything from the last couple of years, the Florida Panthers have had guys that were taking less money to make sure that they had more depth and they can sign better players. The Carolina Hurricanes are in a very similar situation. Even if you wanted to fast forward Montreal, well, they have a lot of players in that exact same situation. So are you going to see a trend of the younger guys now starting to sign, I guess, not more team friendly, because 15 million still is 15 million,
that's
but
a lot, yep.
They're leaving a little bit more on the table so that guys can now, get a little bit more and they get more help with their teams?
I think so. And I don't even know if I call it a trend. I think it's still just what we've traditionally seen from hockey culture. And look at what Ivan Demidov got in Montreal. That deal is going to be an absolute steal, right? He's, what was it, in the nines?
9.1.
Yeah. But I think it goes back to Sidney Crosby and Connor McDavid. Those are the two that set the precedent of taking less in the name of building a competitive team. And if you look at Leo Carlson's contract, it's a game breaker, but he didn't sign it. That wasn't the number he asked for. That was the number that the Flyers threw at him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they realized where they are in their contention window. They didn't care. They had enough cap space. But it's not like Leo Carlson said, hey, I want $18 million. It was more, hey, well, how can I not sign this, right? But on the whole, if you look at, what's the maximum that a team's allowed to pay a player in terms of the percentage of the cap, you never see anyone even close to it. I think the closest example we've seen recently is maybe Kirill Kaprizov getting a tiny bit more than market value. But overall, I think that's more the exception. And it does help, obviously the teams that are in the no tax states. It's easier for guys to take less in those markets like Florida, Vegas, of course, and a few other franchises, Dallas, Nashville, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I think the trend is still always going to be taking less because players want to win.
Matt, excellent stuff. I know we're in the dead of summer, but lots of topics around the hockey world still floating around. Appreciate the time today, and we'll do it again soon, okay?
Thank you, guys. Pleasure.
There's Matt Larkin from Daily Faceoff as we go around the National Hockey League. He is our headliner of the day, brought to you by Mr. Rooter, knocking your plumbing problems out of the park. That's mrrooter.ca. A couple of things before we go to break. Quickly, Belzy. Ryan from SAS says, will they name Kane the captain of the Blackhawks? Yes or no?
That's a good question. But I mean, if you're trying to usher into the future, you probably aren't naming him the captain. You're probably trying to give it to Bedard at some point.
Okay. Brando, what do you think?
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like, I think Kane can wear a letter for this team. Does he need one? Like, we know he's going to be a leader regardless. It's not some rule that you have to have an A on your jersey or a letter to be a leader. They know he's a leader. He's one of the best players of an entire generation.
Mm-hmm.
But Bedard will get the captaincy probably announced just before the season would start, I would expect. He's not going to play for the first, 2 months, which is unfortunate. But yeah, he the 5-year contract, I think, solidified that he'll be the captain of this team.
It's fair. Fenny?
I don't think it's a terrible idea.
I'm kind of with you on that.
Giving Kane the C because, like, yes, Bedard is by far their best player, but he's still young. I know that this is a conversation that's had a lot is, well, how young is too young to give someone a C on their team, but it's only a 2-year deal. Bring him in. He was the captain beforehand. Give him the C and just say, like, all right, 2 years, he's the captain, and Bedard gets mentorship from him and everything. He retires, he rides off into the sunset. Bedard takes it over from there. Is what, like, not what I would do, but what I could see happening in a world where he does get the C.
Smooth transition. It could be a thing. We'll see. From Cam Tate, who we'll hear from soon in Cam and Eggs. Special Olympics Chicago. Kane has frequently participated in high-profile charity exhibition games such as the Chicago Hockey Charity Classic, bringing together current and former NHL players to raise tens of thousands of dollars for Special Olympics athletes. So good stuff there from Tater. And we'll bookend our segment with the Patrick Kane thing just like that. When we come back, in or out with Brandon right here on the Gazzola Show, brought to you by Bet365.
Come for Canada's largest trade shows, the biggest names in entertainment, exhilarating sporting events, and more. And stay for the experience at the Edmonton Expo Centre. Looking for the perfect place to host your next big event? From trade shows to galas, meetings, and concerts, the Edmonton Expo Centre has the space, event expertise, and service to make your next event unforgettable. With over 522,000 square feet of flexible event space, in-house catering, and operational expertise, they bring your biggest vision to life. Learn more at EdmontonExpoCenter.com today.
Okay, new strategy. I'll just live in the freezer till October. It's spacious in here. It's spacious.
There's a better way to survive the coming AC season. Pro Solutions is your one-call solves-it-all expert for AC repairs, tune-ups, and new installations. We offer convenient financing options and fast appointments so you can enjoy your entire home, not just the freezer.
Now I can leave the frozen peas where they belong.
Book now at prosolutionsinc.ca.
Guys, there never seems to be enough time in the day, but you need to make time for this. Ken Franchek here. If you're 40 or over, a quick PSA blood test is crucial for early prostate cancer detection. The Prostate Cancer Center's Man Van is a mobile health clinic driving change for men's health. A few minutes could save your life. To get the Man Van out to your business or event, book today at getcheck.ca.
Thinking of growing your business? In partnership with Prairie's Can, the Alberta Chambers of Commerce is helping businesses explore new opportunities, new markets, and build connections through organized trade missions across Canada. Find the right mission for you at abchamber.ca/trade missions.
Get ready for Dreams, the ultimate tribute to Fleetwood Mac, live October 10th at Pure Casino Yellowhead's Pearl Showroom. Relive the magic with a 6-piece band delivering the authentic sound, style, and spirit of Fleetwood Mac, featuring iconic costumes, rich harmonies, and unforgettable performances of the greatest hits you love. Tickets from just $44.99. Get yours now at Ticketmaster. Don't miss Dreams, the ultimate tribute to Fleetwood Mac, October 10th at Pure Casino. Pure entertainment, pure action, and pure imagination.
The Tom Gazzola Show. 60% talent, 40% Swedish hair cream. Edmonton's sports leader. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we are here to stay.
Tom, Sean, Brandon, and Josh with you here on the Tom Gazzola Show, brought to you by Bet365. Join the conversation, 1-833-401-1440. Time to get into In or Out with Brandon Douglas. As always, brought to you by Pro Solutions. You need fast AC service? Pro Solutions offers expert repairs, tune-ups, and installs with flexible financing. Book your appointment now at prosolutionsinc.ca.
Okay, you know what? Moving too fast. Bottom line, are you in or you out?
In or out of what?
No time for questions, just action. In or out?
Well, then I'm out.
I'm sorry, Jet. Actually, you're already in.
Are you in or are you out?
On Sports 1440.
I thought you would go, I'm in, Bob. We would have had a really cool moment, but you kind of ruined the whole thing.
News of the morning, Patrick Kane heading back to Chicago. Former first overall draft pick, Hart Trophy winner, Art Ross, Conn Smythe, 3 Stanley Cups. You name it, he put it in his trophy case with the member of the original 6 franchise. AAV of $8 million. I think a little surprising to most, myself included. But if Kane can produce at just a 50-point clip, it's the intangibles, the things he's going to bring to the team elsewhere that will still make this surprisingly large price tag worthwhile.
I'll take the ball on this one. Because if he's a point a game guy or kind of around there like he was last year, or even like say he gets 65 to 70, that is an $8 million player now, despite the age. And I know we're used to guys like 37 plus getting cheaper contracts, bonus laden deals. But if he's providing, he's Showtime. You're getting your money's worth. So I'm in on it, Belzy.
Yeah, I would say in as well, because in today's day and age, if you're even like somewhere in that like 0.75 and higher, you're definitely $7 to $8 million. And I think he was at 0.85 last year in terms of points per game. Yeah. So yeah, I would definitely say in. He's gonna earn that contract.
And even if, like, I know Brando brought up the 50-point clip, like I think he could surpass that again.
I think it's very possible. He had 57 points in just 67 games last year, and you had the PPG there, Belzy. Like, even if we expect a little bit of a step back, I think he's going to get plenty of opportunity, especially in these first couple months when Bedard is out. Like, he's going to be playing on the top power play unit with a lot of very talented guys. We'll get the first chance to see Bo Byram as a undisputed number 1 defenseman, certainly running PP1 as well to showcase his talents. Everything's pointing in the direction that the Blackhawks should be an exciting team that can score. But we also saw that without Connor Bedard last year, they're still not very good. Now, they've shored a few things up. But so if, like, let's just take it a grain of salt. He's 37 years old. He takes a step back from a 0.75-ish, or 0.8 whatever clip they was last year. Like 50 points is still a good contribution. Power play help will be a big benefit. And then we talked extensively about the leadership he's going to bring. So 50 points, if it was any other player, you'd probably say that might not be worth $8 million just yet. We're getting surprisingly close to it. But it's everything else that he brings. Like this is just such a home run for Kyle Davidson and the rest of the organization to do a little bit of righting of the wrongs, the way that he left Chicago in the first place and, chased a few other things around with New York and, of course, Detroit. But this is a guy that loves Chicago. We heard Tate's thing about how he's still involved locally with charities and whatnot. This is where he's almost certainly, I would think, going to make his home once he does hang him up, if it's in 2 years or longer. I love this so much, and it's not like the Blackhawks are hard up for cap space now or next year in the tenure of this deal, so they can afford to shell out a little bit extra for one of the very best to ever wear the jersey.
EG points out he's taken 3 short-term deals on his last 3, and those 3 years combined barely eclipses yearly AAV on this new contract with an LOL in there.
Which is part of what makes this so surprising, because his deals in Detroit were $2.75, $4, and $3 million respectively,
Very
all
modest.
1-year tickets after finishing that huge deal, the $10.5 million long-term one that he signed in Chicago, right? So that's part of what makes this so eyebrow raising, is this huge jump back up in money.
That's fair.
But the Hawks can afford it. So,
and he's a good player still.
Do you think it's a bit of a loyalty thing as well, though? Like
I think so.
You're a Chicago Blackhawk. You have been, and yeah, the last couple of years you're Red Wing and a Ranger. But when people really truly think about him, he's a Blackhawk. And so, is that $8 million? Is that, hey, and you're our guy. You've been a Blackhawk. You've been the guy that's got us Stanley Cups. Could go down as one of the best American players to ever play.
Maybe the best.
So
I think
that's why you're getting that money.
Yeah. Now, Corey from Leduc Oilerizes this thing really quickly.
Oh boy. This will get good.
Yeah, I got a chuckle when I saw it. Corey from Leduc says, so RNH had 49 points. He worth $8 million? If I said yes, I think just a string of texts, the cascade of texts and anger and frustration. You idiot. You don't know puck. I'm not going to even answer that, Corey from Leduc.
I'm just going to say, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do
Not
that.
today.
It's 9:52 a.m.
It's so nice.
Don't choose violence.
We got a lot more off-season to go here. We got a lot more off-season.
It's 29 degrees outside.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Corey, I see what you did there. I like it, but we're not taking the bait.
Continuing our little off-season spin around the NHL with some, dive into the Mount Rushmore of every franchise currently existing in the league. Let's continue in the Pacific Division. We've done Edmonton. We've done Vancouver. Let's head down to Cowtown and the Calgary Flames. A little bit tougher one for recent inclusions, as the Flames have been mired in mediocrity for a pretty good stretch of time here, with save one blow-up season that also ended up in the roster blowing up and all the star players leaving town. So I think we're diving into the archives for this group. It's Jerome McGinley with a bullet, I think, at the top of the list, and then Al McInnes, Theo Fleury, and I'm going to take Mika Kiprusoff as my goaltender of choice to round out the foursome.
I don't mind that at all. Could you throw in a Hakan Lube?
Great dig. 50 goal man.
I mean, he was a legendary player. I mean, Hakan Lube did a lot of good things. He was a very solid NHLer. But that would be just a devil's advocate type comment. But I agree. Iginla, he's the best player in Flames history. Kiprusoff, when I think he was the goalie of the Flames, I think is the best way I can describe that.
Easily.
I mean, who would be the guy that could challenge it? Was it Vernon?
That's the only one.
That would be the only one that would be
in. I would say Mike Vernon.
Yeah, so that one you could probably have a bit of a toss-up, but I mean, I don't mind Kiprusoff based on recency because of what we've seen from him when he was still playing. McInnes,
legend.
I think a lot of people, and maybe it's just my generation, because when I'm getting into hockey in the start, the turn of the century and things, right? I never saw him play for the Flames. I remember him as a Blue.
Yep.
Where he was still great.
Where he was still unreal. But 803 games as a Flame. Obviously the Cup. He's the third leading scorer in franchise history. Over a point per game from the back end as a defenseman. The numbers stagger me actually looking at him. Over 200 goals. So it's tough because, with all due respect, the Flames have had a lot of good players. there's not a lot that played an extensive time while also achieving the heights of, in particular, Fleury, McInnes, and of course, again, like because Fleury's number 2 on the all-time list,
right?
364. Like,
he was a great player.
Iginla's the all-time leader in points, games played. To me, it's a no-brainer. And then the argument I think for Vernon over Kiprusoff would be he won the cup,
right?
Right,
Yep.
And
well, he was great. He was a great goalie.
Was
too.
he?
Was, an
was he the
all-star.
Conn Smythe winner, or was McInnes?
I can't remember.
I
The
can't
other
remember
guy
either.
we're forgetting is Lanny.
Lanny would be a good
so
one
maybe
too.
you take Kipper off there, put Lanny on there. I don't know.
McInnes was? Yeah, okay, I thought so.
Well, then we got to get Fenny, who's Mr. Flame.
Mr. Flame
He's
himself.
chomping at the bit here.
I Flames or Fenny's gonna say like Michael Backlund.
No, I'm not gonna say.
Okay,
that.
cut his mic.
Backlund's second all time in games played for the franchise.
I know, it's pretty shocking. No, I'm in. I could hear arguments for Vernon. I could also hear an argument for Mark Giordano as just like he was there
just
for,
under
he was just
1,000
there
games,
forever.
Longevity.
That's a good one.
Yeah, just there forever, former
Good one.
captain of the team. And then also like it's recency bias, but if you wanted to make a case for Johnny Gaudreau, I'd also be willing to hear that case. Even though there's no cup or anything of the such.
Yeah.
I personally think he was robbed of the heart in 2022, but that's definitely some bias on my
take
side.
those flame-colored glasses off, please,
Anyways, but yeah, I'm in with the Mount Rushmore for my Calgary Flames.
Scott says, I was a big Joel Otto fan.
Good
and
player.
Scott, who goes by H.E. Pennypacker, great name.
Good alias, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Belsey joining the show today in honor of that. Let's take a little spin down memory lane. He was a member, of course, the 2005 gold medal winning team at the World Junior Hockey Championships. I'm not going to make it too easy and say that that's the best World Junior team of all time because I'm not sure there's much of an argument to be made that it isn't. So instead, let's say, what's the second best World Junior team of all time? And I think it was 10 years later where we saw, similar to Crosby as the draft eligible guy, Connor McDavid as a 17-year-old, be one of the very best players on the on route to a gold medal championship for Team Canada.
Curtis Lazar, the captain of that team.
He was.
Yeah,
a lot of good players on the team. Nick Patan, I think Fucali was the goalie. He was an awesome junior goalie. Didn't really pan out for him in the NHL, but unfortunately, much like we talk about great college football players and stuff, it's not really the argument. What you do after the fact is what you do when you're playing for that team. And that 15 team was nails.
It was excellent. I'm going to go out. Maybe I'm being a little bit of a contrarian here, but I have a lot of love for the 1995 team.
Yeah, that's the one I was going to say too.
That was so many NHLers, guys that had really long careers. Maybe not as many superstars, but some pretty damn good players. And the format of the World Juniors was different. It was just like you had 7 games and
you just play all year round robin, and then it's like whoever's got the best record, you get a gold medal.
Yeah. And I'm by. I went to a game that was here as Canada versus Finland. So I have a lot of time for the 95 team, but maybe I'm out to lunch on that. I'm just going to stick with it, be an old man and grumpy.
No, I would agree with you because I'm going to list off some of the players. And like you said, you mentioned there wasn't a ton of superstar. Like when you look at the length of their careers, I don't know how many guys you'd be like, man, that guy's an absolute superstar. But Ed Jovanovski was on that team. Wade Redden, McCabe, Jamie Rivers. Like those are pretty solid.
Eric Daze.
Eric Daze, yeah. Jamie Allison, Botterill, he did whatever he did. Dag, Daze, Donovan, Friesen, Harvey, Marty Murray, Jeff O'Neill, Ryan Smith, Dennis Peterson, Darcy Tucker.
Jamie Storr.
Like at that time, like those guys were all studs.
Yep.
In their respective teams across the CHL. And then longevity wise, I mean, Tucker played a long time. Smith played a long time. O'Neill played a long time. So that was a pretty special team as well.
Great team.
It's a great submission. And so for the 15 team, McDavid, Sam Reinhart, Nick Patan, and Max Domi were the 4 leading scorers of the tournament. Other guys on the team, Duclair, Braden Point, Josh Morrissey, Shea Theodore, Darnell Nurse. Won all 7 games, plus 30 goal differential. And then I would give a shout out to the 09 team too. The name Eberle and Tavares are the headliners, of course, but the dramatics, the semifinal, they kind of cruise to the gold medal game or to winning the gold medal game. But yes, the history that goes into that, dramatic win over Russia in the semis, I think lives in lore, and as a result should get a little bit of shine as well. Over to the Gridiron CFL week number 8, kicking off tonight in Regina. The Rough Riders hosting the Edmonton Elks. First place in the West Division is on the line over at Bet365. Current line, Saskatchewan -4.5 in the game. Home and home between these two clubs. I like Edmonton next week back from the friendly confines of Commonwealth, but I'll take Saskatchewan to win tonight. Oof. But the Elks cover the points. I think we're going to have a close one from Mosaic Stadium.
I think we're in. Yeah, it's going to be a tight game. Good game. Great test for the Elks. They passed the test last week against BC. I know it was Chase Bryce that played at quarterback because they got to Nathan Rourke and took him out of the game. They deserve credit for that, but this is going to be the true test against the defending Grey Cup champs, playing with heavy hearts after the accident, obviously. But I say that they cover. Maybe they even win. They've had some success in Regina over the last few years, which is surprising.
I like the way the confidence they're playing with right now.
Absolutely.
I mean, yes, it was their backup quarterback with BC, but I mean, they got to him as well. They forced turnovers all over the field. The secondary is ball hawking right now, which is a very big thing. And, you know, when you have a team that likes to throw the ball, well, if you have corners that can cover and corners that are ball hawks, well, then you're going to cause all sorts of problems. Yep. So I could see the Elks winning. I could see them winning both, but at the same time, I could also see them losing both because this is it's a legit test that they're up against.
Yep.
The point total in this game is 57.5. This is the CFL. We know that like you can have a run where they just trade touchdowns and all of a sudden like it's a 30-30 game in the blink of an eye. But based on what we've seen from the defense of these two teams, I'm a little shocked that it's that high. And we know BC's really been the only team been able to slow down Justin Rankin. But are they, like, with 2 games now of tape out there, is there a little bit of a blueprint for other teams to try and mimic it? Because, like, we know outside of Austin Mack, the receiver group is still a little bit question mark. And the Elks red zone offense, we've talked about, it has not been very efficient.
True.
I'm a little surprised that the point total in this game is set as high as it is.
So
I'd love to see the over hit. I'm always 4 points and, you know, scoring on the board. But I think I would probably be sprinkling the under a little bit tonight. The Riders with all the emotion and stuff, is it a little bit of like, you grind it out, just make life difficult on your opponents when the defense is on the field and try to win a gritty one in honor of your teammate.
Yeah.
Interesting. 7 o'clock kickoff tonight, of course, viewable on TSN. That goes from Regina. Finally, the great Woody Harrelson turning 65 years old today. Long list of work, both in TV, in film, and even on Broadway as well on the stage. I think his best was portraying Marty Hart in the season of True Detective.
Great show.
Great show.
Out. And
I know what you're going to say, Tommy.
Ed Monix from Flint Tropics and
I wanted to pick that so bad. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, but I couldn't in good conscience say that he's actually a better actor in that than he is in True Detective.
True Detective, like that one he did with Matthew McConaughey. Phenomenal. That one just set the bar. And I know they tried to follow it up with who was it? Vince Vaughn. But that second year was okay. And then it just got weird after that. But I honestly love him as Tallahassee in Zombieland 1 and 2. I think he owns that crazy, guy character. And they killed Bill Murray in the first one, the Ghostbuster himself. Anyway, I'm out on that.
I'm going to go out as well because has he done a better job than when he was Roy E? No. Munson, Roy E. Munson.
What a greaseball.
Right. So that was, you know, him in that role was awesome. I mean, I still watch that movie because it's a great movie. That's why I'm going out because Roy E. is he's one of the best characters.
That movie it's a cult classic. It's a Farley Brothers movie too, isn't it? Yeah. There's some his landlord. That scene was, as a young man, I think we were like 9 or 10 when that movie came out. Seeing that scene, I was just like, oh my God. Oh no, thank you.
Tom, I thought you were going to say White Man Can't Jump.
I have not seen that movie.
That's a good one too.
Neither have I. I was going through the collective works. I'm actually surprised by some of Harrelson's bigger stuff that I haven't seen. So I might not actually be the best person, and our resident cinephile, I'm sure, will have a different answer.
Sneaky good. Yeah.
I think I'm in. Like, it's his best acting performance ever. Like True Detective season 1 is like probably the greatest thing ever made. But like if we're going by movies, I'd say it's a small part. He's really good in No Country for Old Men. or he plays the Colonel in the last Andy Serkis Planet of the Apes movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
And he is incredibly good in that. Like it's a great one. But
He's
yeah,
good in the Hunger Games ones as well. Like he's
Yeah.
got
I
a
didn't mind
great
those, actually.
he's got
great
great range.
catalog of movies,
Yeah.
right? But I still go back to just Roy E. Munson and just the comb over.
Yeah,
the,
oh, the hair is so
right?
good.
The way he loses his hand in the bowling machine. That one's good. But he's got, like I said, he's got a great Rolodex of movies, and he's exceptional actor.
Beer Man, fittingly, you get the last word here, Beer Man, says Woody's most iconic role is Woody Boyd on Cheers.
Yeah. I think that's his most, well, maybe recognized. He was on it for like 8 seasons.
Yeah.
On that show.
Really
It was awesome. That cast is unbelievable, but it predates me by a pretty decent margin.
Yeah.
That I've only seen it after the fact, and I don't know, it didn't land with me quite the same as some other. Like I love Seinfeld. Die on it. This is the best TV show ever.
Love it too.
And Cheers is good. You get some good laughs, but it doesn't quite land the same. with me.
It didn't age as well as Seinfeld.
I think that's
or
fair.
like people have Friends and Office and stuff like that. But Woody Harrelson, I think it's just a testament to how good of an actor he is, and speaks his mind. That's for sure. All right, that was In or Out, brought to you by Pro Solutions. Good stuff, Brando. Let's get to a Sports 1440 update, brought to you by Fusion Promo Marketing. Expand your brand. High quality promotional products for businesses, sports teams, and corporate events. Get noticed at fusionpromomarketing.ca. That's Fusion with a Z. Here's Brando.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Week 8 in the CFL kicking off tonight with the Edmonton Elks in Regina taking on the Rough Riders. First place in the West Division on the line. Brett Boyko drawn back in on the offensive line at guard for the injured Carter O'Donnell. Kickoff coming 7 o'clock from Mosaic Stadium. NHL offseason news this morning. Patrick Kane reuniting with the Chicago Blackhawks on a 2-year deal, $8 million AAV for the former league MVP and playoff MVP, returning to the place that drafted him first overall. Columbus Blue Jackets and RFA goaltender Jet Greaves come down to the wire, but they hammer out a deal before the arbitration hearing. 3 years, $15 million total for the team's new number 1 goaltender. And in the majors today, another full slate of games, including the Blue Jays wrapping up their set against the Tampa Bay Rays. First pitch, afternoon affair, just after 1 o'clock. Shane Bieber on the hill for Toronto. And on moving day, a handful of other Padres and Braves set to get underway shortly. Twins and Guardians, D-backs in St. Louis, and the Tigers hosting the Royals. Coming up in hour 4 of the Tom Gazzola Show, we'll be joined by former NHLer, Oiler, and new assistant coach of the San Diego Gulls, Kelly Buckberger. I'm Brandon Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440, Stingray radio station. CKJR broadcasts from West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin.
Download the free Stingray music app and listen wherever you go.
It's Dollar Drink Summer at McDonald's. Sip on a refreshing small fountain drink or a small iced coffee for just $1 each plus tax, all summer long. Only at McDonald's. Excludes flavored and cloud iced coffees. At participating Canadian restaurants. Taxes extra. Prices exclude delivery.
The Riverhawks' final regular season homestand is on deck this week. Catch the bobblehead giveaway, a 2K dance party, Margaritaville, and Wizards, Wands, and Magic Night. Don't miss the party. Tickets at gohawks.ca.
I finished a 5K in 94th place, right after a man wearing jeans. Then a volunteer gave me a medal. But I don't want participation trophies, unless they're from Bet365. With their daily prize matcher game, I win by matching gold coins, cherries, and more. Take that, Denim Man. Thanks, Bet365.
If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 plus only. T's and C's apply.
From the first pitch to the final out, catch Toronto Blue Jays baseball games live right here. Don't miss a moment of Blue Jays baseball this season. Sports 1440 is proud to be the home of Blue Jays baseball.
I missed one payment, then another. Now I feel behind on everything. I can't keep up.
Falling behind happens to more people than you think, but there is a solution. My name is Parveen Middleton. I'm a licensed insolvency trustee at BDO here in Edmonton. Together, we can create a plan that fits your situation and helps you get caught up and back in control. Call 1-833-BDO-TALK or visit bdodebt.ca to book your free consultation and discover your debt-free future.
It's finally time to escape your four walls and see where your four wheels can take you. Sherwood Honda helps you head out on the road the way you want to, with the right vehicle, including freedom-seeking SUVs that give you the versatility to drive where, when, and how you want to. It sure would do some good to get out and stretch your horizons, and sure would be easier with Sherwood Honda.
I finished a 5K in 94th place, right after a man wearing jeans. Then a volunteer gave me a medal. But I don't want participation trophies, unless they're from Bet365. With their daily prize matcher game, I win by matching gold coins, cherries, and more. Take that, Denim Man. Thanks, Bet365.
If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 plus only. T's and C's apply.
The Tom Gazzola Show on Edmonton's sports leader, Sports 1440.
Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we are here to stay.
Oh, we are running hour number 4 of the Tom Gazzola Show. Good morning. Beautiful one out there. Tom, Sean Bell, Brandon Douglas, and Josh Fenwick with you. Of course, big thank you to our presenting sponsor, Bet365. Canada just hit the biggest home run of the summer. Bet365 is available in Alberta and here to stay. Download the app. Must be 18 plus to play. Please play responsibly, of course. Text us 1-833-401-1440. Big shout out to everybody tuning in wherever, on whatever platform. Always appreciate it on Friday Junior. As Brandon boasts, it is his Friday today.
It is his Friday. That's nice.
Yeah. The texts that have come in from in or out, great. We had somebody say Grant Fuhr is a Flames legend. That was Hammer who sent that in. Odd. Weird seeing Fuhr play that 1 year in Calgary. Great dig as well, though. A lot of people referencing Woody Harrelson characters. Lance on the South Side said he played Larry Flint and his girlfriend was played by Courtney Love. Lots of big stars in it. Ed Norton. This is People versus Larry Flint, by the way. Ed Norton Jr. plays his lawyer. Even Larry Flint himself is in it as the hard-nosed judge. Cody saying, yes, Kingpin is an all-time comedy. A lot of Woody for Cheers. Blair throws in a Valerie Bure Flames legend.
Oh.
Mr. Candace Cameron himself.
Yes.
Old DJ from Full House.
Great stuff.
I met Auntie Becky, Lori Loughlin.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you just say she's a dime, Fenny?
No, he said she's in jail now.
Oh, no, she's out.
Which was also going to be my question. I was like, did you go like visit her in prison, like from behind the glass or something?
No, she was fresh out. She's a very nice lady.
Weird, Tommy. You didn't know.
No, I'm not. No. Anyway, so good references there to the Flames Mount Rushmore. Like Nail says, Jim Poplinski, Lanny Aginla, and Kipper. So we've had a smattering of texts coming in regard to In or Out. I like how In or Out gets going. What'd you think of In or Out? That was your
I loved it. First one. It was good.
Hey?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. A lot of Kingpin love. Josh with a text in regard to the Flames Mount Rushmore says, crazy how Flames Mount Rushmore does not even garner an HR for Fleury, Gary Roberts, or Neuendijk. Well, Fleury was in it from Brandon.
Yep.
Yeah. Roberts was great, but he bounced around after his time in Calgary, and some people might remember him as a Maple Leaf.
Yeah.
There was
I would
some
say
good years there.
he's got, to me, it's like when you think of him, he's more of a Leaf than he is a Flame.
And then if you're a little bit younger, maybe you catch the tail end of his career in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you'd have to, what was he with the Flames? Like mid 80s to what, like 94 2004. Then he retired. He came back briefly. Then he went to the Flames, and he had really bad neck issues. And that's when he became super fitness oriented.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah. Montana to Rice says Cody Hodgson was so sick on the 09 World Juniors team.
Yeah, he led that team in scoring. What, 16 points? Something like that?
Yeah. Steve from Drumheller says, what channel am I listening to? Flames Talk? Barf emoji.
Yeah, we got to give the little brother some love too.
Hey, it's okay. And hey, especially since we lost 960, you know, maybe there's some people that are thirsting for some sports talk and they come to us. If you are, welcome. Hello Hockey used to be on 960. And shout out to everybody from 960. We're thinking of them. Art Factora and the entire crew there. Obviously, really, really crappy situation. But if you are from Calgary and you're just getting acclimated with 1440, thank you. We appreciate it. And yes, we dabble in Flames talk. Jeff says, or he wants to go by Jeffaroo. Cal goalie legends, Roman Turek and Jamie McLennan.
Noodles.
Good guy.
He could be on the Mount Rushmore.
Well, he's like the best glue guy. Like Fenny wanted to tell his wingman story. I think Noodles was an ultimate wingman.
I would agree with that big time.
Not fit for air, says Fenny.
Oh. There was a lot of hype when you were talking about that particular story.
Yeah, you got.
I thought he was
on
going
your
to come
face.
out right away with it. So
Oh no, there is a lot of hype around it. It was pretty cool, I tell you what.
Would Laddie say it on the air?
No,
Oh, wow.
Laddie would say it on the air. I honestly, I don't think I can get through it without expletives. It's just the way it is. But yeah, not fit for air.
Okay, we don't want those CRTC complaints. Hammer says Dinger is a Flames legend. Just ask him. Hey, although that's kind of fun.
Dinger,
We're gonna get one of us is gonna get a text from him
at some
later.
point, yeah, like Dinger, we were at an event. We're at Silent Ice, and I invited Dinger. He comes in the dressing room, and like guys are kind of going around introducing themselves.
Yep.
And gets to him, and he goes, "So, does anybody know Joe Sakic,
Oh,
Ray
God.
Bourque?"
Here we go.
And I'm sitting next to him, and I'm like, "Oh, here we go." And he goes, "Yeah, those are my teammates. Those are my line mates." I'm like, "Oh my God." Then he gets into his thing that he's all about now. It's like, "Pass me the puck." He goes, "Okay, seriously, like, pass me the puck. I'm always open." And then he
So
kind of
he
like
says.
goes back and ties his skates, but then he looks up again. He goes, "No, seriously, pass me the puck and don't anybody hit me." And so finally he finishes saying what he's saying. And I look around the room and all these guys, because they don't know this guy. And they're all like, "Is this guy serious?" And I look up and I go, "Guys, he's full of blank. Don't listen to a word he says. So just leave Dinger alone. Don't pass him the puck, because he's going to pretend like he can sauce a puck. And when a sauce pass happens, it's supposed to be flat. You're not supposed to see all sides of the puck. And that's usually when you're going to get out of Dinger." So
Yeah, he's gonna text us.
he's definitely full of it.
Dinger, just text Belsey. I don't want to deal with it.
I put him on ignore. So
Oh, he did. There was somebody who put in a Curtis Glencross for Mount Rushmore for the Flames.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people still upset that he didn't stay with the Oilers. He was a good player. Like he was a very serviceable bottom six guy for a long time. And that's one guy they probably should have hung on to and re-signed, but it wasn't meant to be.
Same with like Brodziak.
Ah, yeah.
Kyle, he was awesome.
Yeah. Well, they went back and got him late in his career. And, but, Slippery Sean says Doug Gilmore, Flames legend. Jordan says, how about Yager? That was short-lived. Northside Oil Rig also said Yager. And then Johnny Wishbone says, come on, Tommy. Jamie McLennan, the all-time Calgary Flame, with laughing emojis. Apparently, Brandon from Windsor wants us to ask Struddy about the train story with Noodles. Definitely not a good wingman. You know that one?
No, I don't.
We'll have to
I'll
find
ask
out.
Struds though.
Okay, we'll find out. We do need to ask Kelly Bookberger a bunch of questions. He's coming up next. He's got a new gig. He left. You were his boss last year.
Bucky.
Great guy. San Diego.
I got nothing to say.
He's off to San Diego.
He's caused so many problems.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to air your grievances
I'm
in this
going
next
to.
segment?
I'm going to.
Excellent. I can't wait to hear all of this. I'm going to take a front row seat to this, not say a word. We will step out for a quick breather. When we come back, it will be Kelly Buchberger, just announced as an assistant coach on Dave Manson's staff with the San Diego Gulls. This is the Gazzola Show on Sports 1440, brought to you by Bet365.
Don't let rookies scratch your custom wheels. Evolve Wheels and Tires uses premium touchless equipment designed to protect your wheel and tire investment. Trust the enthusiasts at Evolve Wheels and Tires, Edmonton's premium wheel specialists. Evolve your ride. Evolve your experience.
Hey, sports fans, we've got a clear choice for you. At Crystal Glass, we provide customers with the perfect glass for any job. From home to auto and even commercial, installation or repairs, we're your team. Call 310 Glass or visit crystalglass.ca. Crystal Glass.
Don't miss a moment of Blue Jays baseball this season. Join play-by-play announcer Ben Shulman for the games live on Sports 1440. The Toronto Blue Jays are on Edmonton's home for all things sports. Sports 1440.
Bashaw Concrete Products. From concrete and septic tanks to blocks, precast water pads, Jersey barriers and aggregates. Farmers, contractors, homeowners. Plan your next project at BashawConcrete.com. Family owned, over 60 years pouring. Bashaw Concrete Products. Once again, start here. BashawConcrete.com.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Well, Dale and I are very different. I get early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Thanks, Bet365.
If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 plus only. T's and C's apply.
The Tom Gazzola Show, the best of Edmonton sports talk and beyond. Watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we're here to stay.
$10:21 in the Big E. Nice day out there. Hope you're doing well. Tom Gazzola, Sean Bell, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick with you. Cam Tate will be sending in Cam and eggs when he's ready. We're on his time. Tater. We're trying to get Bucky on. He said, call me. Any luck? No luck. You're his boss. You're his old boss. Tell him. Wake up. Let's go.
Let's go, Bucky. Still got duties, man.
Yeah. He said he would hop on. Jay and Victoria texted, Bucky and Manson coaching. That will be one mean staff. Love Bucky. Him and Gator, probably my two favorite captains of all time. Hardworking, honest, blue collar. Obviously, Bucky, a stalwart in the Edmonton area and community. What was it like being his boss? Are you texting him right now?
I am. Okay. I love how he keeps throwing that out there, that I was his boss.
I mean, he coached you and then you hired him, right?
It's a weird dynamic, but no, he was good. He, it's going from junior or pro hockey to obviously coaching U15 it's a different step because it's just like glorified babysitting when you're in the academy world. But Bucky was good. He worked hard at it. He loved those kids. Like he basically did everything he possibly could to make it a good situation. So like Bucky was he was fantastic. Like I told great stories in the locker room and everybody loved him.
You said he was like really into it too, right?
Oh yeah. Like he was very, very into it, right? Like he's always, he's trying to get these kids to, work a little bit harder. And you know how he is. He's
intense.
He's not super intense, but the way that he coaches, like he wants to bring that quality out in you. And because he was a guy that was just a hardworking,
all in is a better
exactly
descriptor.
All in.
Yeah.
And when you have kids at that U15 range, like they're still trying to figure themselves out.
They are.
And so I think it was his trajectory was pro, right? He was in Laval.
Yeah.
Then he went to Devon, the Extreme.
Yes.
And then he came to us at U15. So obviously you went from guys that were, trying to get to the NHL level or guys that were, some of the highest in their sport down to the junior world, which is a completely different ball game now. and then to U15, it's a different, another completely different landscape. So Bucky did really good with it. I'm happy for him, obviously, that he's jumping into San Diego with Manson.
Yep.
I think there's going to be a few beers deleted with that coaching staff.
I could see that. Some bottles of vino.
Yep.
Absolutely.
It's
Hanging
good.
out at the beach. Maybe we call an audible at the line if we get a hold of Bucky. Do you want to save him for the next segment? What do you think? We'll give him another shout. We do have. Is Cam and Eggs already in? Did Cam? No. Cam, what are you doing? Let's go, Tater. Let's get it going. I do have a Bucky story. I remember because he was an assistant coach with the Oilers for a long time through many different head coaching staffs or head coaches on their staffs. I remember when Dallas Aikens was the head coach, Bucky would put his feet up on Aikens' headrest.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, he didn't care.
He's got some good stories about Patty Quinn.
I bet.
Yeah,
I bet he does.
I get a kick out of Bucky and his stories.
Well,
they're good.
Looks like he listened to you because he answered the phone.
Oh, okay. There it is.
Oh, we got him. Look at that. Oh, good job, Brandon. All right. Kelly Buchberger, new assistant coach of the San Diego Gulls. We were just telling stories about you, Bucky. All good stuff, of course, and how much we appreciate and admire you, how much Belzy appreciated what you did for his team, coaching the U15s. And I told a story about traveling with you back in the day. Congratulations on the new gig. Thank you for hopping on today. How excited are you to be going down to San Diego?
It's going to be great. And before we get going, I just want to thank you for having me on. And Belzy, what a great year we had. Unfortunately, you won. I lost.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were close though too, but yeah, it felt nice to go out on the winning side finally after years of losing in the finals.
Well, I tell you what, working with those kids is special, being with those kids every day, and you get to spend some time, and you get to think of when you raised your kids, like, how hard do I have to be on these kids? But I really enjoyed working with, there's no question, with all the kids this year.
Bucky, Belzy, like we were trying to describe you because I said intense at first because I remember like the way you would work at practices and you would hustle, you would do extra stuff afterwards. You'd be in the gym hustling no matter what every day. If you played hard, you also worked hard. So I said you were intense. And then Belzy's like, no. Intense isn't the right descriptor. Yeah. And then I said, how about all in? Is that how you coached as well? All in, even with U15 kids?
Well, I think you have to. If you're not invested with the kids, they'll know. And so will their parents know. And I thought with Kevin Undershoot and myself that, we really related with the kids and told them the truth and we're honest with them, but we were fair. And, but saying that, if you go in with one toe in, you're probably not going to have success. And you spend time with those kids, you get to know them really well. And I would say you have to be invested. There's no question.
Bucky, now that you're gone, can we have our pucks back? Because I found a stash that you had up in one of the offices.
No, Bell. Those are mine.
Oh, come on. Those are yours. Everybody's sitting there saying,
mine.
don't you touch Bucky's pucks. And I'm like, Bucky's pucks? Like, that's my milk crate.
Oh, I went and bought that. You told me we didn't have an expense account, so and that hurts. That hurts.
I know pucks are expensive. That's why you have to go do walks around the rink all the time.
We did it every practice.
I know. I had to do the same. A couple of years ago, I remember after one of the U14 skates, there'd be a guy that would basically show up for his practice early, do a walk around, and basically take all the pucks that we just shot into the stands. And I was like, wait a second, those pucks are like $3 a pop.
What?
Pucks are expensive.
Oh my God.
So yeah, Bucky's got a little stash, and I found them, and I was going to take them.
Not to this year. I couldn't believe how many pucks we could lose.
It's insane, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you want them bad enough, I'll give them to you.
Oh.
So you're finally admitting they were my pucks, weren't you?
No, they weren't. I got them from Laval.
Oh, come on.
Oh my. Okay, the truth comes out. It comes out.
I love it.
Kelly Buchberger with us. He's the new assistant coach with the San Diego Gulls, joining Dave Manson's staff. Dave Manson, the head coach. Steve McCarthy, who I think, Edmonton hockey fans might remember from his time with the Edmonton Ice, who weren't around for very long. But Bucky, how did this come to be? I know you and Dave Manson go way back, obviously, but How did this come to fruition and you got this offer from him?
Well, as you know, it all comes down to relationships. And Dave and I have been lifetime friends for junior hockey, minor hockey, and obviously pro. And when he got traded to Edmonton, we ended up spending a lot of time together, and we still do. And he went there as assistant coach last year for the first year, and unfortunately they let their coach go, and they asked Dave, Dave, do you want to be the head coach? And Dave has never been a head coach before. So he phoned me and he said, Kelly, I really need you to come to San Diego, and we're going to have a great staff. And he had mentioned who else was going to come, and I said, well, I have it pretty good here. I work with some really good people. And he goes, listen, think about it for a while. So we thought about it with the wife and the kids, and it's not a bad place to go, but we decided it was probably the right move for us right now.
Oh, I mean, it definitely is the right move. You're going to San Diego where it's nice and sunny all the time versus, cold Edmonton winters and babysitting U15 kids. But, making that jump from U15, obviously, back up to pro, what do you think is going to be one of the biggest differences? Because obviously those players in San Diego are going to be much more polished than the ones that you just obviously were working with.
I think, Belzy, you just got to be yourself. I think it's all going to come back. It hasn't been that long. It's only been 2 years that I had left pro, but that's still a long time. A lot of things change in 2 years, but like I said, we have a good staff there. We'll be with the main group for, I think, a week or 10 days and, get polished up a little bit. But knowing Dave, he'll be well ready for our camp. And as you know, Belzy, the American League doesn't always start with everybody in camp because by the time the players weed down from pro, it takes a while. Sometimes you might only have 14 players at camp. And so you'll have a lot of time to get to know everybody, get to know the staff. And I take it we'll probably play Anaheim system, which is we all know how good they've played this past year.
The Pacific Division, the travel being out west is obviously different than when you were in Laval and out east. There's more clumps of teams in the divisions out there. How will you adjust to being back on a bus?
Oh, it's not going to change me. And our travel there's no question. It's the American League. You just got to get used to the travel. I think our closest place would probably be Ontario or Coachella.
Yep.
And then I think Tucson is like a 6-hour bus ride.
San Jose is a bit of a hike too, I think.
San Jose,
yeah.
Obviously. But then otherwise we'll go out east a little bit. But the travel, I take it as most flying because to get out of San Diego is not easy with that traffic.
Good point.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that'll be.
I have to tell you a quick story.
Do
I didn't take the job yet, and all of a sudden I get a phone call, and it's a California number, and the guy goes, "Hey, Bucky, how you doing?" I'm like, "Good, good." He goes, "Oh, you're taking the job, are you?" And I said, "Who is this?" He goes, "Bucky, it's Joey, your trainer from Atlanta."
Whoa.
He's going to be our trainer in San Diego, or is the trainer. Sorry.
That's
nice.
So, small world.
Very small world.
Well, yeah, that's the hockey world. And listen, we're talking about, I think I even asked you about this on when you were on Hello Hockey with Belzy and I about Atlanta and it being a hockey market, because we're talking about expansion again in the NHL, and Atlanta's already building their district or whatever it is with the arena. But you said that Atlanta, if it's in the right place, that is a hockey market that could work in the NHL again, correct?
Well, I would think so. You know what? There's so much football driven there, and obviously the Braves, and hockey wasn't right at the first for everybody to go to because the Braves were so good back then, and they got the Falcons, but their football team, the college football, is huge. So they have to try and get in those markets and get those people. But Atlanta's growing fast, and you never know with the right product in there and a good team. As you know, that most teams now from expansion teams, everything is kind of even for the teams.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at that expansion, and obviously Atlanta is one of the teams that are one of the groups that they're talking about and cities are talking about but obviously there's Houston as well. I think Austin got thrown into the conversation. Of your time, great city. So if you're the NHL, are you pushing more towards a Houston, or are you pushing more towards an Austin?
Yeah.
Well, I think both of them would be great picks. And it seems like Houston is always in the mix of the next NHL team coming. And they always seem to be a little short, but maybe it's time to give them a chance and get them in there.
All right, we've got Kelly Buchberger with us. A couple more minutes here. There's some text coming in for you, Bucky, that we're going to save for the end because you've obviously got a lot of people who are friends with you in this community, and they're sending some nice texts in. But I'll ask you this, because the AHL, like the pace, the spotlight, obviously different than the National Hockey League. How will you split your time between the rink, practice, video, and the beach, and the pool, and the golf course?
Well, that's a lot to fit in for one day.
You can do it.
It's going to, obviously hockey's going to be first, but you got to take advantage of your time away from the game. And I got a good buddy that lives down there in the wintertime, Craig McTavish. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Nope.
So he lives 20 minutes from where I'm going to live. So I'm sure we're going to see each other quite a bit and play a little golf. But, the number one thing being down there is, develop those kids and get those kids where they need to be. And obviously hockey will come first. But I got a question for you two.
Okay.
Who talks more, you or Belzy?
Well, Tommy, it's his show.
Yeah, probably.
I know, but you're a tough act to follow, Belzy.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, buddy.
You can chat.
Well, hey, question for you, actually. So now that you're going to be golfing with Mac T more, are you going to be bringing back your golf tournament? Because I feel like you guys have a little bit of, you got to avenge the loss that you guys had at this last tournament.
Oh,
I know that really hurt, especially that last group got all 3 points. Wasn't that good?
It was a great tournament, and obviously, thank you for the invite. But it's I felt on top of the world because I knew that my game wasn't great, but it has actually helped me. It's propelled me throughout the season. I just actually won a closest to the pin. So the tournament put a little pressure on me to get better. And I had a very marginal step of getting better. So I appreciate that. And looking forward to obviously being there next year. I'm very jealous of you though, because of the fact that you're moving to the beach.
Yeah, that's going to be nice. You got to start working on that body. Instead of having a 1-pack, I got to try and get 2 at least.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you will.
Bucky, some well wishes I want to read to you on the air. EG says, tell Bucky I'm sure Donnie and the guys won't miss him taking their money on the course. Very good. This one from Sparky says, a few years back, I strapped on the pads, spent an afternoon with Bucky and Smitty on Smitty's rink. Bucky is such an amazing person, so genuine and friendly. Best of luck, Bucky. And you also coached Sparky's son, Wes, in the MAC-T tournament. So good memories there and well wishes. And
hey, we have that today again. We start that again today, the MAC-T Classic.
Uh-oh. Well, you talk about a good duo, you and MAC-T. Maybe Belzy and I are trying to live up to what you guys are doing. And then Jordan texts this in. Go ahead, Bucky. Sorry.
I coached him before, but he doesn't know that I'm a 3P already. I just won 3 in a row. I'm looking for 4 this year.
Not that anyone's counting,
Yeah,
obviously.
nobody's counting.
Yeah, no, how about
Yeah,
that?
they're 6 years old, Bucky.
Win to win, you guys.
And then the last one here, Bucky, from Jordan says, my first week as a manager at a bank 15 years ago, Bucky was one of my first clients I saw that week. A man, what a stand-up guy, down to earth, wishing him all the best in San Diego. That's from Jordan. So people love you, Bucky, and they're wishing you well as we are wishing you well. We know you're going to crush it with Dave Manson down in San Diego. And maybe we'll call you and text you and try to bug you to come back on the show as well.
You bet. Anytime, guys. I'd love to. And Belzy, I still owe you guys a golf game, so we'll get that done.
Sounds good.
There you go. Congrats, Bucky.
Yep,
Thank you
congrats.
again.
All right. Take care. Thanks a lot.
Kelly Buchberger, San Diego Gulls assistant coach. Always loved talking to him. It was funny when I started at Oilers TV. That was the year you signed with them.
Yep.
And he was an assistant coach. I was afraid to go talk to him.
Really?
Just because I remember watching him growing up, and then you get to know him. You have a beverage with him, and you're like, this guy's awesome. And he's got some stories about me not fit for the air as well. I remember we were in Minnesota, and at the after the morning skate, he comes up to me and he sticks his blade in my face and he goes, "I know what you did last night." And I was like, "Uh-oh." That's when I knew he was legit.
We got to get him to tell. Next time we get him on, whether it's Hello Hockey or the Tom Gazzola show, you got to get him to start talking about some of his Oilers stories, like when he was coaching. Because there's some good ones that he's told me, and I die laughing. Like one of them, it'll just be really brief, but like when he was coaching with Pat Quinn, he said his buddies came to visit him, and I think they were on a road, and I think it was in New York, but Pat went out with Bucky and his buddies, and Bucky, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. Bucky's like, "I got to go back. I'm going." Pat's like, "Bucky, I'm staying." And so he partied with Bucky's buddies until like 3 o'clock in the morning, went back to the room. And the next day they're waiting on the bus and there's no Quinny. And so Bucky goes up to the room, knocks on the door. Pat stumbles to the door, opens it. He goes, "What's up, man?" He goes, "Go back to bed, Pat. We'll take care of practice."
Pat was like 69.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Oh,
I'm like, I died laughing. I'm just like, that's good stuff right there. And, because, obviously guys still like to have fun on the road and they do their thing, but you don't get to hear about the stories of like the coaches doing that kind of stuff.
They get after it too.
But they do, and especially like a Pat Quinn, who's obviously a legendary coach. And it's funny hearing that stuff that he slept in too.
Happens to the best of them.
Yes, it does.
Oh, great stuff from Kelly Buchberger. And I look forward to seeing what he can do with Dave Manson in San Diego. And I look forward to catching up with him down the road. Obviously, we appreciate his time. Some great texts have come in as well in regard to Kelly Buchberger. Jordan adds, his hands are like bear paws, man. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Cam and Eggs, did it come in? It's in. All right. We're going to step out for a quick breather. When we come back, Cam and Eggs, finally, from Cam Tate here on the Gazzola Show, brought to you by Bet365.
It's cone season at McDonald's, which means vanilla cones are $1 each plus tax in the McDonald's app all summer long. Soft, creamy, and crunchy. For just $1 each plus tax exclusively in the McDonald's app. App download and registration required at participating McDonald's in Canada.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Well, Dale and I are very different. I get early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Thanks, Bet365.
If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 plus only. T's and C's apply.
Get ready for a night of rock with the Gene Simmons Band. Monday, November 30th at Silent Ice Center in Nisku. The Gene Simmons Band, performing your favorite classic hits. Monday, November 30th at Silent Ice Center in Nisku. Tickets on sale now at silenticecenter.com. Don't miss the Gene Simmons Band.
Wondering what you can afford? Let Go Auto do the math with our free car loan calculator. No pressure, no awkward convos, just quick answers on your budget and payments. Bad credit, no credit? We got you. Text CHECK to 780-777-7777. That's CHECK to 780 all 7. Find out what you qualify for and start shopping with confidence. Go Auto. Drive what you love with payments that make sense.
At GS Construction, people grow with the company. 50 years of experience doesn't live in a binder on a shelf. It lives in our people at every level, passed down on every site. Many of us started with a shovel in our hands and built whole careers here. The work is honest. The company's been around since 1974. So if it all sounds good to you and you want to grow with us, GS Construction is currently looking for experienced pipe layers and topmen. No shovel required. Visit gsconstruction.ca today.
The Lawnmower Hospital. Whatever the job, consider it done with the Lawnmower Hospital in Ego. Top-rated brand in cordless outdoor equipment. From grass trimmers to air blowers and more. There's nothing you can't accomplish with Ego. Wet, dry vacuums, tire inflators, snow blowers, and so much more. The list keeps going and Ego keeps working. Check lawnmowerhosp.com now for stock and pricing. The Lawnmower Hospital.
Caesars is Alberta's anytime, anywhere sportsbook. Stay in the action with your favorite teams and players. Whether you're camping, kayaking, or catching a show this summer, bet wherever you are, whenever you want. Plus, Caesars Sportsbook offers fast payouts and flex parlays, a new way to keep your bet alive even if a pick misses. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app today.
Must be 18 or older and physically present in Alberta to gamble. Must be 21 or older to use Caesars Sportsbook. If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. Standard message and data rates may apply. Please play responsibly.
The Tom Gazzola Show on Edmonton's sports leader, Sports 1440.
Presented by Bet365. Alberta, we are here to stay.
Here on the Tom Gazzola Show. It's been a fun show, flying by. Great summer day. Thanks for being along for the ride. We appreciate it very, very much. Cam and Eggs is in. We're going to listen to Cam and Eggs. Sean Bell, his first co-hosting gig today. You're going to hear from him on Thursdays. You see him on Low Tide Show or hear from him on Low Tide Show, and we'll see more and hear more of Bellsy on 1440, which is great. Huge get for us. I'm very biased, obviously. He's my good friend and co-host on Hello Hockey, but very happy to have him on board. Got Fenny and Brando in studio as well, and he's with us in spirit today. Didn't come in studio, but he finally got Cam and Eggs in. Here's Cam Tate with Cam and Eggs.
Okay. I need a minute here because I did not get the Thursday co-host gig. Didn't get it. And I want to be clear, I wasn't just hoping for this. I was really hoping, like picking out headphones hoping, practicing my intro in the mirror hoping. And they said no. Tate on Thursday? Do you understand what I built for you people? It rolls off the tongue. It's got alliteration. It's got rhythm. It's basically already a jingle. And somebody in that room heard Tate on Thursday and still said no. My radio dream, gone. Just gone. On a Thursday, the actual day. That's not irony. That's just cruel. So no, I'm not fine. I'm disappointed. Deeply, deeply disappointed. But I'll survive. Probably. Fabulously. Tate on Thursday. Somebody was wrong about that. Did I get you? Because I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, maybe a little not kidding. Sean Bell. Belsy. Ladies and gentlemen, Sports 1440 just got a whole lot better and a whole lot louder. This man walks into a building and somehow the energy goes up and the jokes get better. That's a skill. That's a gift. We tried to Google Belsy before the show. First result, a Wisconsin dairy co-op. Second result, a guy who's apparently going to be great radio. Doesn't matter. We are thrilled. Genuinely, embarrassingly thrilled to have you on this team. Your contributions, your takes, your inevitable nicknames for everyone in this building, we welcome all of it. Belsy, welcome. Buckle up. Let's talk about the jack-o'-lanterns in the room this morning. First up, Brando, the farm boy. If your power takeoff ever seizes up, don't call a mechanic, call Brando. Man was basically raised by a tractor. Then there's Fenny, Josh Fenwick, walking basketball encyclopedia, human ESPN app. And apparently, he's got a brand new girlfriend. Announcement pending. We're all very emotionally invested. And Tom, you know Tom. What you might not know, Tom shares a barber with Donald Trump. Same guy. Draw your own conclusions about the finished product. As for me, I'll be in next week, sitting at that empty desk in the corner like a guy waiting for his parole hearing. And I might ask you to pack my laptop into my bag for me. Fair warning, be very, very careful what falls out of that thing. Welcome, Belzy. You have no idea what you just walked into. Cam and Eggs, Sports 1440.
I guess. Thanks, Tater. Welcome, Belzy.
Thank you.
To
That was nice.
1440.
Yeah.
Good job,
I'm
Cam.
happy to be part of it. This was good.
It's heartfelt.
It is.
Generally nice, but there's some knives in your back at the end of it, too.
Well, I felt like it was very respectable for my first one, but I got a feeling the next one might be a little bit more, abrasive, if you will.
Cam doesn't care. He gets after it.
I like it.
You know Cam.
It's
Thank
good
you,
stuff.
Cam. Good Cam and Eggs there.
Now, you sharing a haircut with the Don
That's
himself. That one's different.
That's
I mean,
bad info. That's fake news.
It's not a finished product because you have Swedish hair cream.
I do. A lot of product in there.
And sometimes it looks like you come in with the top down.
All right.
Tom, would you describe your hair as slicked back?
My uncle calls it Tino Vaselino.
It's the Carrie Fraser.
It's pushed back.
Yeah, and like when it's short, which it's starting to get longer now, but when it's short, it's like a tennis ball. So I try to slick it to the side. It just goes poof. So
yeah, that's fair. I mean,
yeah.
at least
Thanks, Cam.
I think you have hair, so that's positive, right?
Thankful
big
for that.
positive.
There's
Very
a lot of guys
thankful.
that are probably listening to this show, like Tim Fraggle, for example. He doesn't have hair. He hasn't had it for a long time.
Good guy, Frags.
Great guy.
Yeah.
He texted me this morning.
Nice.
He said, "I'm listening."
Hello.
I said, "I can't. I better not mess up now."
Yeah. Pressure's on, big boy.
Pressure's on.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good people that are listening. I love it.
I appreciate it. Of course, this has been great. Like riding a bike, obviously. How did Belzy do in his debut, boys?
Man, blew me away. I knew we were getting a well-polished product, but exceeded expectations even, which I thought would be tough to do. So as I said before, yeah, glad to have him aboard. Looking forward to listening to him with the LT, a couple real hockey heads going at it on Tuesdays in the Lowdown program, and onwards and upwards. Just another good addition to the team.
Benny, he's very hard to deal with, isn't he?
No, I mean,
No, I'm not talking to him. He cut me earlier.
Well, so great news. This is where it's coming from. You're definitely not getting cut from co-hosts on the Don Gazzola show. So, hey, strong start, pal. Way to go.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
looking forward to working with you in the future.
Yeah, it'll be good. This has been fun.
It has been.
And low tides have been good too. I mean, he's been throwing a lot of coach questions at me, and I'm never prepared for the coach questions.
But you're a coach.
I know, but
you're
it's
GM
the
and coach of an
summertime.
academy.
It's
Yeah, I
the
know.
summer. I am checked out mentally from coaching questions, and then he throws them at me, and I start laughing in my head. I'm like, oh, okay, here
You
we
snap right back. You
Yeah.
can go into hockey mode in it.
go.
Jiffy.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. What do you got going on the rest of the day, big boy?
I don't know. I'm gonna go probably work. I think.
Ah,
I mean, probably should do that.
it's
Mix
important. Aren't
that
you
in.
working right now?
Technically, I am working right now.
Yes.
But I do have another job that I probably should get to. I might have a little lunch because it is around that time. The body needs some sustenance.
Very important.
So that's probably what I'm going to do. And then, at some point, I'll probably give you a call and be like, what are you doing? And you'll be sleeping.
Maybe. I feel energized, and they are going to be
Do you?
fixing my ceiling today. So after the
Is this
flooding
the
that
same ceiling that was leaking
Yeah.
months ago
Yeah.
that they fixed already?
but it didn't hold. So they had to get thermal imaging. And I know I'm boring everyone with this, but the same thing happened again, even worse. So they're coming in
Really?
today. Oh yeah. You haven't been to my place in a little while.
No, I haven't.
They fixed it, and then it happened again, and now we're fixing it again, and this better be the last time because Tommy's getting angry. A hot little tamale about this thing.
Oh,
there's
okay.
that. Thanks for listening.
You're a spicy little peppercini.
Yes. Si, senor. Boys, some final thoughts. Brando, you got the long weekend now. It's going to be nice.
I've got a big weekend on tap. I'm going to the Odyssey this afternoon.
Excellent.
Gonna watch the football game tonight. Looking forward to Elks and Riders. Tomorrow morning, tea time in Devon at 8:30.
Beautiful.
And then Saturday night, I'm heading to the Riverhawks game.
Oh.
And then Saturday morning, Triple S in here with I assume Fenny.
Yeah, Fenny, you're going to be busting your hump.
As I always do, Tom.
I know.
As I always do.
Leaving you in very capable hands of Donovan Paulson.
Donovan's great. He helped us with Hello Hockey.
I can't wait for him and Eddie to be in here, and they can talk about the drive from yesterday at the
what
Spec
was that
Classic.
At the Spec Classic, like they're like tickling each other's ears.
Well, yeah, him and Kevin have always been very intimate, so picture was no
That's right.
surprise. But then I have to think that Donovan was just moseying around because him and Mac were down doing some content.
Yep.
And then probably Eddie came up like with his group. It's like, hey, Donnie, why don't you hit a drive for me? And Donovan just absolutely turfs one into the pond, gets redemption, hits a much better one out there. But this is after he first was like, I don't know, they might not be far enough away, like the group in front of them. He's talking a big game and then just dunks one right into the drink.
Pressure's on, man. That's a tough scenario when you know everybody's like counting on you and watching.
And the way Mackenzie edited it together, you can find it on our socials pages. I saw it last night after slow pitch. I was crying laughing watching it. It was so funny.
Good stuff. Well, it's been a fun show. Been a lot of fun. Big thank you to Kelly Bookberger for hopping on. Glad he remembered he was joining us today. We got to him. Congrats to him heading down to San Diego with Dave Manson on Dave Manson's coaching staff with the Gulls. That's going to do it for the Tom Gazzola Show on this Thursday. A lot of fun. Belsy, great stuff. Awesome debut, my friend.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me and look forward to next Thursday.
We are back tomorrow, myself and Fenny with Donovan. Brando, enjoy your weekend, my friend. Huge thank you to everybody who tuned in today. Appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe on the YouTube side of things. If you haven't already, we appreciate it very, very much. I'll reemphasize that. Coming up next, it's The Frenzy with Brandon and Connor. And for Belsy, I'm Tommy saying thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Coming up next, sports update with Brandon. One last one brought to you by AWS Welding Supplies and Nisku Product Sales, Servicing, Calibrating, and free same-day delivery of in-stock items to Leduc, Nisku, and South Edmonton, your one-stop shop for all things welding, awswelding.ca. Here's Brandon. Have a great day.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Week 8 in the CFL kicking off tonight with the Edmonton Elks in Regina against the Saskatchewan Roughriders. First place in the West Division on the line. Carter O'Donnell unavailable to go on the offensive line. Kickoff coming 7 o'clock from Mosaic Stadium. NHL offseason news. Patrick Kane back with the Chicago Blackhawks. Unrestricted free agent signs a 2-year deal carrying a cap hit of $8 million. Kane, former number 1 overall draft pick for Chicago, taking home plenty of hardware, Hart Trophy, Art Ross, Calder, Conn Smythe, and 3 Stanley Cups. Columbus Blue Jackets, the goaltender Jet Greaves come to terms just ahead of the arbitration hearing for the RFA. 3 years, $15 million, the new deal for the team's starting goaltender. In the majors today, just a handful of games, including the Blue Jays wrapping up their set, looking to avoid the sweep at the hands of the Rays. First pitch just after 1 o'clock Mountain Time. Shane Bieber on the hill for Toronto. Elsewhere, Braves leading the fall down to the Padres, 3-1 in the top of the third. Still to come, Twins, Guardians, D-backs, Cardinals, and the Royals and the Tigers wrap up today's slate. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is The Frenzy with Hallie and Douglas. I'm Brendan Douglas at your Sports 1440.